wallets are in danger. To save them and our finances, we must find the 4 ATMs before our loved ones see how much we've spent. It is our mission.
Toys! Toys, yeah! Toys! Toys! So many freaking toys! Toys! Techno wages his battle to find somewhere to display all his toys! No shelving space!
Our wallets are in danger. To save them and our finances, we must find the 4 ATMs before our loved ones see how much we've spent. It is our mission.
Toys! Toys, yeah! Toys! So many freaking toys! Toys! Techno wages his battle to find somewhere to display all his toys! No shelving space!
Our wallets are in danger. To save them and our finances, we must find the 4 ATMs before our loved ones see how much we've spent. It is our mission.
Toys, yeah! Toys! So many freaking toys!
Our wallets are in danger. To save them and our finances, we must find the 4 ATMs before our loved ones see how much we've spent. It is our mission.
Toys! Toys, yeah! Toys, toys, toys! So many freaking toys! Toys, 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 toys! Techno wages his battle to find somewhere to display all his toys! No shelving space!
Hello, everyone. Hello and good evening. It's me. It's Techno, and that's right. We're bringing up the antagonistic background tonight. We're bringing up this outfit because, yeah, obviously we're doing Nemeses. It's a really short title for tonight's toy unboxing. So, yeah, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good, and we're gonna jump pretty quickly into it as well. Sorry for running a little bit late. I was having some model trouble with just model rigging, like right when I was getting ready to go, and then I had to figure everything out. But yeah, hello. I'm just looking. Hey, Strideways. Hey, Ramses. I hope everyone is having a good night. But yeah, you can see here we have a whole bunch of stuff that we're going to be opening. I've grabbed a whole bunch of stuff off my shelf to do comparisons with as well too. While I don't have like everything under the sun to compare with, obviously, I've got a good amount of things under the sun to compare with. So it's going to be a good one.
That was a freebie.
But yeah, yes, hello everybody in chat. Hello everyone hanging. And yeah, we are going to get right to it. We're going to do we've got a whole bunch of stuff to get through. We've got a whole bunch of toys. We've got a bunch of 2-packs of antagonists. We got 3 2-packs here. We got one technically multi-pack because minicons count as more than one guy. But yeah, it's going to be good. We got a lot of stuff, so let's start clearing stuff out. And while I move things out of this, I'm just going to ask. I mean, we're doing this guy last, obviously, but does anyone have any preference for who we start with, I guess, before I pick something? Because we also have one more thing I'm going to open as well, but I think I'm going to open a toy first, because, yeah, the other thing I've got to open does tie into the theme. But yeah, let's see. I might actually start with this. I mean, I don't have a breakdown. Here, but like that's a different 2-pack. I opened that one a while ago. But you know what? We are going to start with. Let's start with this one though, because this is the least interesting of the things that I have tonight. So we're going to start with the least interesting one. We are going to start with the Age of the Primes, Autobot Sandstorm, and Slug Slinger. And with that said, I'm going to go and speaking of starting things, I need to start my music. Because I completely forgot to start up iTunes. So let's fix that. Oh, yes. I remember, like, I used to own your, Oh, thank you for reminding me of the third-party one. I wanted something to compare with. I'm going to go grab that off my shelf. But yes, I think I used to own the custom one that you did there. Because that was part of, because just for reference there, it was... Oh, hey, how's it going? But yeah, for reference though, with regards to the custom stuff there, years ago, this is way too long ago, Monkey did, as part of a charity project for TFCon, there were a few years where for the charity auction, a bunch of people contributed and just made like sets of custom figures. And one year people did, nice. I actually did one in this set too. A bunch of people did the wreckers for that set that one year. Like they did like Last Stand of the Wreckers characters, and I did end up
in Transformers history.
Yeah, but yeah, it was all customs. I did actually end up with one of those. End of the day, I did end up with the. I forget how I ended up with it. I think it was. I think I got it through someone else. I think, but I ended up with the Iron Fist, which was the one that Monkey had actually made for the things. So eventually he got it back. Because yeah, that's what happens sometimes with things. But I was like, yeah, you want your Iron Fist back? But yeah, it was a good Iron Fist though. It was made from that one was made from the original Classics Hound. Sorry, not Classics Universe Hound. But yeah, yes,
Frostbite that can never stay down.
Yeah, I guess I'll grab Physitron a bit later there during a break or something because I forgot that I was trying to think of things to compare with, and I do have them on my shelf. But we are starting with this duo. We are starting with Autobot Sandstorm versus Slugslinger. Now, this is a set that was an interesting one. Interesting one here because Sandstorm is one of those figures where as soon as they announced the one that we got at retail, everyone kind of went, oh, they're saving the toy head, the cartoon head for like another release, aren't they? And they were, and this is where we're getting it. So I'm gonna compare it just with the original there, just to see how different they are. And then of course you've also got Slugslinger, who was I think he first came out like not quite a decade ago, but we're getting close to that. But he was a Titans Return release, and he came out, and he was actually very hard to find when he originally came out.
I never found him.
Yeah, he was last wave. Funnily enough, he was actually easier to find in Canada because we got a whole dump of the last wave of Titans Return. So like he was actually pretty easy. He was pretty easy currency like for trading with Americans. Like we found a whole bunch locally. I remember.
Transformers fans in Canada just have it better than Hasbro and Transformers fans in the U.S.
Look. You say Canadian fans have it better. My counterpoint is that we didn't start consistently getting Target exclusives until like 2009.
Good point.
Like that Magnus Skywarp 2-pack was currency up here.
Jeez.
Like those things were going for like 100 plus for years. So yes, tail end, yes. And yes, Physitron still has to be like one of the most brilliant things that they come up with. But anyway, so this is another Slugslinger release, and I'm gonna bring up some stuff for comparison just right off the bat because we got a few things we're gonna compare with. We have the original retail release of what's his name, a Sandstorm right over here. And as you can see here, this one has the original like toy-based head. And I need to turn this light on too. But yeah, so this one has the original toy-based head, with the faceplate. But it is very much a cartoon-inspired body, which makes it kind of a bit incongruous. And then of course we've also got, because we need to do comparisons and stuff, I'm going to bring Slugslinger in. Now my release is actually the Takara release of Slugslinger that they did in Legends. I sold my other Slugslinger off years ago. So this is based on the animation deco for Slugslinger, as he appeared in the Headmasters cartoon. And he comes with
Two-Face look like Energon Slugslinger.
Sorry?
We should do another Energon Slugslinger with a Two-Face look like Energon Slugslinger.
Yeah, that'd be neat. But yeah, it is a nice deco, this one, though. So, like, I do like Slugslinger's design, and, yeah. But yeah, so that's the one we got to compare. The original Hasbro one was actually more of a darker blue, but I think this one might be even darker. I think this is what's, someone correct me, I'm not sure if this is going for Rebirth or if this is going for the original toy for Slugslinger. So someone will have to fill me in on that, but yeah, let's see how this all looks. I guess the big,
in 2009, I had an idea for an animated Slugslinger that had the Two-Face look, but he was also like a cowboy, kind of like he was an evil version of Jonah Hex as a Decepticon.
Okay, interesting. Cool. All right, now then, where are my here we go. Tiny little scissors. And we can already see, I'm already looking at Sandstorm going, oh no, he's not very different, is he?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I mean, Slugslinger's looking really, really good here, honestly. Just pulling him off the thing. So, yeah, we got Slugslinger over there. We've got Sandstorm over here. And we're going to dive into Sandstorm first because he's going to be the more boring of the two. Let's get the boring stuff out of the way. We got a little baggie of parts back here. And we got his little capture cage. The one that becomes like the roll bar there in... Yep. There we go. So, anywho, we got all that stuff out of the way. Oh. And we've got an Archie Sonic fact already. Okay. What do you want to do for the Archie Sonic facts? While I'm putting this guy up into a proper like robot mode stance, I'm just trying to think of something. Let's do late Archie Sonic. I forget if I've touched on this character before. Wait, no, I forget if I've touched on this character before, but have I talked about Breezy the Hedgehog?
Oh, yeah.
Sorry?
I think you have, yeah.
Okay. Um, uh, yeah, I guess I probably have. Let's talk a little bit about Silver the Hedgehog when he first showed up there. Because when Silver first showed up, yeah, because when Silver first showed up, it was the standard. He started showing up in some of the. I think he first showed up in one of the 30 years later stories, where he was traveling back to the. Yeah, it was when Sonic and Sally had kids there, and he traveled back to the past in order to try and save the future, as Silver is wont to do, and also as Silver is wont to do, he did a kind of a bad job of it, and ended up helping them out with saving the day. It's a consistent thing that he keeps getting wrong who the traitor is. Like he was like, I know there's a traitor, but it was a very Bishop style in the sense that Silver knew there was a traitor, but he didn't actually know who. Yeah, I've done the Mechasonic ones before, but yeah, like Silver didn't actually know who the traitor was, and that was a whole thing. And he kept getting it wrong. I think he thought Sonic was the traitor at one point. I'm trying to remember who he kept getting mistaken as who the traitor was. In the end, as I remember, I think the idea was that ultimately I think the traitor was Saint John. I think that was the intent.
Yeah.
Of course, Silver got that entirely wrong, but yeah, like he kept showing up and kept getting it wrong. Anyway, we got Sandstorm right here, and we got some sort of marking on his face. I hope this isn't a paint divot. Oh my god. Are you serious? Are you kidding me? Are you freaking kidding me?
He has a paint divot?
Look at his face. Look at his freaking face. He full on has like a mole on his face. Because like there's a chunk that's like not painted. Oh my god. Oh my god. Are you serious? And this, ladies and gentlemen, is why you open your toys sooner than I do. That is your PSA for why you open your toys sooner than Techno opens his toys. But yeah, let's see. I'm noticing right away that he is not really standing very well. I'm just seeing if is something loose on him, or is that just the mold? No, because he's standing all right. But this one seems to just be flopping back. Huh. Yeah, it's already not off to a great start. Because these feet are not locking in. They are just going there. There is not enough friction here. He is just full on flopping back. Oof. Like this is really not a good not a good look to start. As far as things, this toy feels a lot looser. Like even just like the chest here. Chest doesn't seem like it's locking in quite as well. Unless I'm missing doing something wrong here, but no, these are supposed to peg in over here. It goes against it. Yeah, but it is. Oh no, it was always loose. This guy's is pretty loose too, but even still, it's not like going in quite as well as it should. Like this should be locking in far better than it does. But let's look at deco differences otherwise. Let's see. So you can see here I don't know how well this is going to show up on the camera, but the colors for the lighter orange are slightly different. This one is a slightly different shade. You can really tell like with how they did the color matching here on the roof of the head. Like it's definitely a different shade. What else is different? Let's see. I mean, like like faction symbol here is lighter on this guy here too. We got some black plastic being used instead of gray plastic for a bunch of bits. You can actually see right here just on the cage that this whole bit is black plastic instead, which I think does look better. He also has black fists as a result. So it's a lot of subtle things. I mean, I do like the look of this guy, but Yeah, there is. This is not a very good copy of this toy. I am a little bit underwhelmed, as I should be. Little bit underwhelmed. It's very unfortunate. So let's just look at articulation on this guy, I guess. Let's see articulation. We got a chest that comes out all the way to here, except of course that's not what it's meant to do. But hey, that's
Yeah.
still articulation, I guess. I am coping. I am coping with how much these 2-packs are. Let's see. I say all this, and I'm half tempted that if these things go on sale, I would be tempted to get another one just to try and get a better copy. But no, he feels like looser overall. Like this one is a lot tighter. Yeah, like just even the elbows. Like this one is much tighter. This elbow is flopping a little bit. This elbow is also flopping a little bit. Like no, it is not nearly as good QC on this version of it. I mean, just going from the mark on the face there, it's yeah, it's a little disappointing. I don't really know how else to say it. It's disappointing. I don't like being disappointed in these releases. Yes, we also got for guns. We've got like his regular gun over here, of course. We got the whole capture thing, which has the little thing that plugs in there. Yeah, I hope that yours comes out better. Like it may well be that I just got a lemon. We also have this dinky little gun here. I forgot that he had this one. I'm just trying to look to see. It's like, oh, I forgot that he had another gun. Unless this goes to Slugslinger, but oh no, he does have this dinky little gun. Okay, I'll have to. Yeah, I don't know where the other one is. So, but yeah. So articulation wise, shoulders, universal shoulders. Yeah, I think at this point with this guy, I would be tempted to say wait and see, like for Amazon to mark the guy down. Which sucks to say, but yeah. Let's see what else. We got double jointed elbows, but the double jointed elbows don't really do much. It's still like around 90 degrees just because of the way the elbow is designed. Waist spins around a good amount. Hips. Let's see, legs there. 90 degrees here. Ankle tilts. Again, very floppy, very loose ankle tilts here. Yeah, exactly. Like 70. Yeah, this guy is not cheap. Yeah, I would not buy it. I would not buy this guy until like say, when they do their usual like Transformers clear out stuff like early in the year. It is genuinely disappointing. Just I was looking forward to seeing how this guy came out, and just the fact that yeah, the fact that this happens without even trying. Like this is something that, to be completely fair, this is something that could be tightened up. You could probably just, if you were careful, get something into the rivet there, like just some, floor polish or something, just to tighten up this joint. But like these pin joints are always tricky to tighten up, and they're never the most fun. And yeah, the fact remains that he can't actually stand. Wait, no, he stands now, but okay, we did get him standing. But he takes a lot of work to stand. He is just the QC is just not there on this version of the mold. I haven't even gotten the chest to peg in properly, it looks like, huh? Because it's supposed to go into the little hole there.
Yeah,
I think
Sandstorm has a
I think
bad
it's
tendency
just
to
this
not
plastic.
having copper.
Sorry?
Yeah, Sandstorm in general has a tendency for his chest to not peg in very well.
Yeah.
Is the
But I
thing.
mean, like this one especially, like all the bits that have this shade of orange plastic, they all seem looser than on the original release. Like because there's a lot of bits that have that plastic there. So, but it all seems just a little bit looser, and it's unfortunate. So let's transform him. What mode do we want to see first? Because this guy's a triple changer. All right, let's do helicopter mode. Let's see if I can remember helicopter mode. It's been a bit since I transformed this guy. But I think I do honestly, I actually do really like this guy as a triple changer. I think he does the gimmick very well as far as triple changers go. Like it's not easy to do triple changing. Because we got all this stuff in here. Hmm. Yeah. I really like just how things like the propeller stores and everything. There's a lot of really cool. There's also a lot of really cool stuff on this transformation. I just need to remember how everything goes. Because yeah, like we have to unfold these. Yeah, these come down. All this kibble here is going to reposition itself. This entire block here is going to come out and come around like this. Again, like some really cool origami on this guy in terms of how everything reconfigures itself. Like, yeah, we got all this over here. Like, I'm getting ahead. This is like all going to be like stuff for the back of the helicopter. Like, it's well done. And then yeah, this stays up here for this mode. These guys are going to come down and around, and then these guys are going to fold around as well too. Oh, which bootleg? Oh no! How did it break? How did it break your bootleg prime? Just so I know for my own reference for keeping an eye on like my bootleg ones. Like I think it's just the one that is like I'm probably not going to mess with that I would be more concerned about because that one's definitely feels cheaper. But let's see. Yes, these wheels, right? These wheels have the whole thing where it's like they go in. Yeah, I like the way these handle these wheels too. Like they just come around like this and just store asymmetrically underneath. So this all goes. Yeah, this comes around. This comes in like that. Yeah, there's some really clever stuff going on this guy. Yeah, we got the wheels here for the helicopter mode, but then these wheels are just gonna store underneath and hide underneath the vehicle. Let's see. Yeah, and then on this all comes up over here too. Yeah, this whole backpack is gonna have to shift down. I'm just trying to remember how. Because we can see here that this peg here is gonna line up with this peg over there. Mm-hmm. Oh, the thumb. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. I've wondered a little bit about 86 Megatron just because whenever I put him, like I've noticed with 86 Megatron that whenever I'm trying to put his sword in, like I do get a little bit worried about about whether or not his thumb will stay on because it's that sword you kind of have to just push it around the hand to get it in. Like it's probably fine, but it is still a little concerning. Yeah, so we get this like that there. And then these guys are just going to come down. And again, we get the whole thing here where that stores in like this. And this wheel. I'm missing something on the wheels. What is it? I'm missing something on the wheels. I know that much. Yeah, because I know this bit goes there. And then, this bit slots over there. And the wheel comes around like this. And this, that goes into somewhere, I think. And then this one goes here. And yeah, this comes around too. We just get these wheels just stored up against the body like this. Interesting. I mean, like that. I guess that's the thing too with the knockoffs. That's like it is all different plastics, so you never know. So I guess there's an element of buyer beware to that, I guess. But Okay, there we go. Yes, the wheels. There we go. These will go in like this. Still sucks though, but oh well. Yeah, I don't think I'm getting the wheels quite right there, but let's keep going with this. We got this whole guy that comes down over here. These are going to come round and down. And I didn't do this part right. I know there's specific, it's very particular in how you transform the torso away for like the triple changing modes in terms of where everything ends up. That is one thing with this mold. It's cool, but yeah, it is a little particular. Like this stuff will just either transform properly or it won't, depending on how you're configuring it. Let's see. Like this guy clearly, this is one of those configurations where that guy I think has to fold away behind. I just remember the details. Oh yeah, that goes in like that there, I think. Yeah. And then and then that comes out there because that gives us the peg. Yeah, there we go. Now these will fold in. Yes, this will all come in like this now. Yeah, this comes together here. We get this peg here, so that way we can do like, plug in a stand or something like that. And then the arms, I'm just remember how the arms go. I think they just go back over here. But yeah, something's not quite right because it's just, you can tell it's just like a weird curvature helicopter here. It might just be the wheel transformation that's throwing me here still. Let's bring this out like that. There we go. There we go. God. I love how well this score works like on a piano. Like the Transformers.
Voice. I'm having connection issues tonight.
Oh, yeah, no worries. No worries. Hopefully your connection improves. All right, I'm just trying to figure out this last bit here. Okay, let's just, yeah, this is where I just start looking up images, I think. All right, where's the back of the box? Okay, yeah, no, that's pretty much how this is. Okay, no, I'm missing something here. I think. I'm just looking at the picture. Oh yeah. There's definitely, yeah, I'm missing a bit right here. Let's resolve this. Yeah. Yeah, I need to bring this back down, I think. Oh, I see what's going on. Okay, I see what I'm missing. Yes. Thank you for not stealing that. So things that sound funny to say out of context. Thank you for not stealing that. There was an entire discussion about theft, like at the table. Because yeah, like for reference, yeah, I was like with Monkey and another friend, Sylvia, like we were all tabling, like selling our wares at a local market, which was a lot of fun. It was a fun day. I didn't really sell much of my own stuff, but I mean, hey, I had a good time hanging with friends, and that's what those things should be all about. Just aside from the making money part, like if you're there to support people more so, like like I was more there in a support role anyway. And you know what? Like, that is a good way to spend a day. Just hanging with friends, having a good time. And, spending a lot of money on art commissions. All of which I have shared online if people want to check them out. Like, they are all on my Blue Sky, all the art commissions that I got. All scanned, all glazed. And let's just keep bringing this guy around. Bring up the propellers. And there we have, this is Sandstorm here in his alt mode. Yeah, so I mean, it's a good helicopter alt mode, quite honestly. Like, I think it's a really good helicopter. like you got the wheels right here, obviously, but it hides everything away really well. It cleans up really nicely. Oh yeah, you were fantastic. You were fantastic at selling stuff. Yes, just not your stuff, but yeah, you were doing a really good job of upselling. Although I will point out that your Lego stuff was going really well. Your Lego stuff was a lot of people were expressing interest in your Lego stuff. You got a lot of attention. Yeah, it really is. It really is. Again, this is why I'm disappointed that the QC is not as good on this guy because it could be better. It could be better, but yeah, I mean it's a decent helicopter mode here, and then the whole idea here is that you would take this whole little capture thing. You can take this whole capture guy here, and we can peg this on to the underside, peg this in right over here, and let's see. Yeah, peg it into the 5mm port there, and then you got a winch operated like thing for just deploying a cage. I guess you could move. I guess you probably want to move this off this piece onto this piece for the whole winch operated stuff. Because yeah, now he can do rescue operations. Now he can just do a rescue operation and just have this little cage down here. It's pretty good. This spins as well too. Like it's a nice helicopter. Yeah, but I mean the important thing though is that people want the Godzillas, so you can double down on the kaiju. Anyway, let's see. Let's put him into his other mode though. Let's do his race car mode. And again, like this is, as I said, I think this is probably one of my favorite triple changers that we've gotten because of just how well he does the job. And again, it makes me sad at the stuff that they did with on this toy. Yes, right, Dune Buggy, right. Fold this all back up again. Let's see, get all this folded up again. This opens up. I'm just trying to remember where everything goes. Can't remember if this comes back. I think this comes back through here because this guy's going to end up at the back. Yeah, because we want this guy up there. Yeah, and then these guys are going to come back down here and lock into place over there. And then this is all the rear wheels back over here. This guy's going to fold down like that. And what else? There we go. That comes out there. These guys come down here. These come out over here too, actually. And these wheels are going to come out here. Yeah, we can see here already there is a whole front of the car that's visible. And, oh, this is around the wrong way. There we go. Let's fix that. There we go. Now that's in right. So you got the whole front of the dune buggy here. We got the front nose. We got the whole cockpit over there. Let's bring this out. Yeah, this is in this 5mm peg pretty good. So we got all this stuff here. Bring these back around over here. Lock these back in. There. This guy. Yeah, these are gonna let's wrap these around over here. Just get these out of the way. Like that. This is where we recontort all this stuff. I'm just remember where everything goes. Yeah, these come down here like that. This comes around there. Yeah, this is all gonna dune buggy stuff. There's the front of the dune buggy. This guy needs to come up, but also we need to rearrange all this back pack kibble here. I'm just remember how this all goes. I think this is the one where we fold the head away. This configuration. Where we bring it back like this. This all comes down here, and then then the head folds away, and this guy comes over there. This all comes down here. These arms. Let's see. These arms are gonna these are gonna come back down here for the arms too. This folds out. There is some transformation to the arms as well here, if memory serves. Right, because these panels fold out for this mode. The arm does open up for this mode. Yeah, because there's stuff that, right, because these guys here come out, and these are going to clip into that opened up arm. I'm glad I'm remembering this as much as I am, considering it's not like I've transformed this guy like super heavily. We're getting close though. We got a lot done. I just need to remember how some of these bits go. Because yeah, this guy's gonna come around here. This guy's gonna plug in back over here. Yeah, this all plugs in like that over there. Maybe these don't open up. Maybe I'm misremembering. I'll probably have to look up a photograph. Oh, right. These guys are going to peg in over here. Like you can see here, there's these little tabs here. These are going to slot into the legs. I just need to get the legs into place. Yeah, like this. This all comes together like that there. There we go. Those go there. And then what else? Yeah, these arms are going to come in. Let's see, how do these fold up? I think these come back. Yeah, I think these come back down over here, like this. Yes, I think this is right. Yeah, so these come down over here. And yeah, these come down like that. Right, this comes back out over here. You want these guys in over there. These come out here. I'm just trying to remember how this whole thing orients the arm. I think it's like this. Yeah, I think it's like this here. Oh, yeah, that's like this. Yeah, so this comes around here. This plugs in over there. So we're almost done on the dune buggy. We actually do use this for this configuration here. We take this apart here, and this is where we give the back the roll cage. Okay, just remember where some of these other bits go, because I don't think these stay under there. Let me. Yeah, this guy just stores underneath here. Yeah, you can see here we have some little tabs and slots there just to slot this guy in so that it will stay in place and help keep everything together. Cool touch. So we got all this here. I think this might be it. I'm just gonna double check, but I think this is essentially it. Yeah, I think this is essentially it for the dune buggy mode. Let's just bring these back together here, because this came unpegged. I'm just double checking to see if these fold up anywhere, but I don't think they do. I don't think those come up. Yeah, I think these just stay underneath. It does roll. It does roll, and that's the important thing. But yeah, so here is Sandstorm in his dune buggy mode. Like, yeah, it's honestly not a bad little dune buggy. It really isn't. I do like this guy as a triple changer. Like, it's a fairly decent dune buggy. I mean, you can put the gun on top too, obviously. I'm just looking to see what else that's showing. The guns do store underneath too. Yeah, this is correct. I'm just double checking the instructions. This is the correct configuration for this guy. Yeah, we can store things a little bit cleaner too. We can take off this guy. We can put it inside there, and then put the cage back over top. Yeah, so put the roll bar cage back over top there, and then we just put this big gun here over top, and then the small gun we can just peg in over here, like underneath, and just store it there. So he has full weapon storage, which is great. Not enough figures do full weapon storage. He rolls pretty well, rolls pretty decently. He looks pretty good. Like, really, it's a solid little dune buggy. It's an armored Man Max's dune buggy. It works well. And I even like how we even got the little spoiler here, which doesn't really work for where it is, but hey, it's an effort. An effort was made. This is something you could probably see Dreadnoks riding or something, honestly. But that's Sandstorm. That's Sandstorm. The ultimately disappointing, very slight retool of this guy here. And now we're gonna get into Slugslinger, who still has a bunch of elastics on him. And by a bunch, I mean one. And we can see here Slugslinger is very different color-wise from this release of the toy. Very different shades. Very different shades here. This was a much darker blue. It's got more of a gray instead of a off-white. You can tell this one's definitely borrowing more from the toy because we got all these toy deco stickers over here. We got these tampographies here representing toy stickers. We got some on the shoulders there as well representing toy stickers. Yeah. Let's see what else is there to look at on this guy. Also, interesting choice here, because yeah, we got like the Mayhem Attack Squad symbol there. Sandstorm does have a Wrecker symbol on him, incidentally. I think it's just hidden in this mode. I don't think it's visible in the Dune Buggy mode. But interestingly, we have a bit of a wider Decepticon symbol here. It's not quite the animation symbol for Decepticons. Like, the eyes should be lower for an animation one, but it is interesting that it's a wider faction symbol. Interesting choice. Anyway, articulation on this guy. Let's see. First of all, the wrists are kind of loose. But what else? We got this guy here, which... Are these not really pegging in? No. Okay, we got these shoulders that don't really peg in. How do those compare to this release? Comparing it, we have a release where the shoulders do actually peg in and do actually hold somewhat well. Yeah, like I can pick them up by the shoulder on this release here. Again, this is the second run in the mold because this was Takara's. But yeah, this one here, yeah, this really just, it's not, yeah. It's a much looser version. Again, it feels like it's the same flaw as Sandstorm in that stuff is a little bit looser. Like these wrists, I mean, the wrists on the original, okay, the wrists on the original were a little bit loose, so whatever. But wrists are whatever. We got the whole backpack back over here. Doesn't really peg in, I guess. I don't think it did on the original either. No, it didn't, but we got those wings that go back there. We got these universal joints here. Swivel, that popped off the swivel. Let's pop this arm back on and swivel it around again. Yeah, so arms do swivel, 90-degree bend. What else? Waist articulation. It's blocked a bit by the wings, but it's there. What else? Doesn't really stay in over there, but again, I'll have to compare with the other release. Like this waist pops down when I try to bend the legs. But yeah, so let's see. We got ball jointed hips. We got really good knee bend over here. We got these opening up feet, so he does have ankle supports. He will stand. Head articulation is pretty good. And you can see here that we do have a headmaster. I will take a look at that in a sec. But yeah, just to do a close-up of the face here, I mean, the head sculpt is pretty good. It's the same head sculpt as the original. There's nothing really new here. He does come with a couple of weapons, and I'm not sure if these weapons are new. They might be. I can't remember. Because, yeah, this weapon here, you can see here, it does have, like, little pegs there for Titan Master feet. So we can take his, so we can take his head and put it in there. And then we can also put this bit down there in order to make a more complete gun as well, too. Let's see, how else can we peg this in? We could peg this in upside down as well, I guess, sort of. Oh, and I guess we can also just do this, too. You can just, like, friction tab it all in here. I think the gun might be new. I can't remember. Yeah, it's been a while because the Legends ones didn't come with the Titans Returns guns. Like they did their own Target Masters. But I mean, like I think the gun is still meant to be evoking the Target Master in terms of the design. I mean, it looks okay. Like this Slugslinger looks respectably good. Like yeah, we got more toy deco stickers over here on his, on his pecs. All right, so let's see. Headmaster. Headmaster just comes out over here. Because, yeah, he's from Titan's Return, so everyone had Titan Masters. So here's Caliburst from United King. He's looking for her. He's going to California. I mean, yeah, decent paint. They've got the eyes painted. They've got the face painted. Like, I really can't complain. Like, yeah. Taking the Titan Master off, we'll need to do that for transformation anyhow. You can see here that it is going to just peg in over there, so we can have this guy just sitting over here. And we just put him in a sitting pose, and yeah, now I guess he's just sitting in the flying gun. I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, that's what you do with the Titan Master there for now. So we'll put this over here, watch it flop over, and then we will transform Slugslinger. Now, Slugslinger, from what I remember, there is a whole bunch of general transformation that is shared with Trigger Happy and with Misfire, who were the two other members of this team. There's a lot of similarities in terms of how they transform. And you can see here a lot of this stuff is pretty straightforward. Like, it's just, yeah, this comes down here, these legs come up over here, feet come down, legs come together. Yeah, this all comes, you can see here, it's really not a very complex transformation. And again, to be clear, that is not me criticizing, that is just me like objectively stating it's pretty simple. I don't mind simple transformations, as I have said many times on the record. Arms come in like this. And then we just, yeah, these are gonna fold in over there. It's interesting the way that they have this giant piece of cable here on the back, on the forearms, that is there specifically just to peg the whole jet together. Interesting choice, but I mean, it's a choice that works. Anyway, we bring all these things together. These will snap down, these wings over there. And that is Slugslinger in his Ultra mode. That's really it. That's it to him. Like, I mean, he looks fine, I guess. Cockpit does open up on this guy, but not these cockpits. There is instead a center cockpit that opens up, and that is that you can take the little Titan Master and you can put him inside and just have him sit inside the cockpit like that there. I mean, it works. Then you just fold that up there. You don't really see him now. But yeah, you can't transform any of these guys with the heads on. That is both positive and negative of this line. They were very much trying to go for those original headmasters, and then they just started padding it out with target masters and stuff by the end as well too. So yeah, we can take these guns here. We can peg them in over there. And yeah, so that is Slugslinger. There's not really much else to say about him other than, yeah, he's Slugslinger. Very toy deco. We got all these stickers all over the place. All these stickers all over the place. So yeah, that is the first thing that we were opening tonight. Shown off. That is the first thing. We're down to 35 now. And yeah, so let's put these guys over here, and we are going to take a quick break from toys. We still got a little bit before ad start, but before ad start, we are going to start in on this, because I have something that is not toys. I have something that is not actually toys that I'm going to show off, so just bear with me here as I fit this in. As I squeeze this into the light box, we have this box over here. Again, this is not a toy thing, but it is something that is relevant to the whole Nemeses theme, and it is something that came in for me last week. It came in while I was at the toy show stuff there. I haven't had a chance to actually open it up, so I am just turning this box around. I'm opening the shipping box. I'm realizing that I missed grabbing a sticker here with my address. I don't think that came up on camera though. And yeah, and then we get the top opened up here. And we have inside a whole ton of bubble wrap. And you know what, I'm going to pull this back out because I can't actually show anything off until I do that. So let's pull you back out. Let's pull this box back out of here. And let's just start taking the contents out and putting them on the screen. So it's going to go a lot easier. So, it is a box of things, and it is very specifically the latest expansion to Dice Throne. It is the latest expansion of Dice Throne that just came out. This is Dice Throne is a board game. I got board game there. It is a versus or collaborative depending on what mode you play. But it's kind of like a battle Yahtzee type thing where you are just building different where you get different heroes and you get different heroes and you just all these heroes then just fight and hold up, let's just pull this stuff out. Like, and they all have their own different combat boards and you roll dice and fight and everything like that. So yeah, we have that and we have a couple more things in this box too. I'm just pulling them out. We have card sleeves. And we have another box over here. This is the box that has all the actual heroes in it. So, yeah, let's take a look at this stuff, shall we? All right. I wanted to get this open before I have friends over anyway, too. So this was part of my impetus. All right, so let's get all this packaging out. Let's look at this really nice art here, too. All the packaging art, all the character art is by like one of the designers one of the two designers of this game, Manny Tremblay. He does a lot of really nice stuff. He has gotten the opportunity to draw a lot of really cool things as part of for Dice Throne. But like he's done all the Dice Throne art. They've done a couple of Marvel sets as well too. So like when they did their X-Men set, that was like his excuse to get to draw like his take on the X-Men. But yeah, so you can see here we have a bunch of heroes. This whole thing is Dice Throne Outcasts. And we have 4 heroes in here. We have the Pale Lady, we have the Headless Horseman, we have the Ravenous, and we have the Necromancer. And the company that does this, Roxley, they've always been very good on packing their games. So yeah, so we open up the box here. You can see we have all this really nice box art again. We have a whole comic on the side here too, even. We have a whole comic on the side. Oh, I love when the sun would drop. Clip clop, my horse doth trot. 3, 4, shut the door. The mist rolls in, and the window shuts. My horse's hooves fill the shallow ruts. 5, 6, 1. Is there more to the comic on the inside? There is! Oh my god, this whole piece comes off. This whole piece here is just like a comic. Rustling, yeah, 1, 2, he comes for you. Rustling reins echo here and there. 7, 8, never stay up late. 9, 10, he's back again. All in town expect a good scare. I've relish in fear and peddle in dread. To scare a girl, man, woman, or boy fills my heart with such joy. Yes, that's actually kind of cool. They essentially did like a DM screen that's got like a comic on the inside. That's kind of awesome. And that's just part of the box. Again, like Roxley, like the company that manufactures this game, they are very next level when it comes to their packaging. Their packaging is very nice. We have this little cardboard insert here. I don't know if we need to keep this. Probably not. But yeah, I can show off their tray system that they do on all their Dice Throne stuff too. Because here's how they package these. Here is how they package these. And I'll turn this around. So we got like the whole box here. And we got this really nice box. So we can pull out, say, the Headless Horseman here, for instance. And this is what the box looks like. Again, like they show everything on the side in terms of like where you arrange everything when you're storing it up again. And let's see what else here. Yeah, so Headless Horseman. So I'll show off what all this stuff looks like for these sets here. So here's the Headless Horseman board, but this is the player side of the board. These are all the different moves that you can do based on the different dice rolls. There's the ultimate attack. You got all this gorgeous artwork on this thing. This is upgradable with cards as you play them out. We got like about explanations of all the special moves. We got some rule clarifications for this character. We got the cards. We got the dice. We got the HP marker and the combat point marker. Like, it looks really, really nice, this whole set. And okay, we got ads in a couple of minutes too. So let me just run through this a little bit more. I'll probably keep talking about this a little more once the ads are done. But so that's what's in the main box. That's what's in the main box. There's also going to be all these punchable tokens too. We got all these punchable tokens over here. These are all for the individual characters. But let's put this back on here. Again, I really like this entire setup that they did for this whole insert. I'm just seeing if there's a specific best way to put this on. Yeah, like it's just, they have those divots as you noticed there for storing this. Like it's very well set up. Very well set up as far as packaging goes. So we got Dice Throne Outcasts. We got the back of the box here. We got some promo cards here too. This came with the Kickstarter. We got all these sleeves. So like I've got custom art sleeves for like all the different heroes. They've got a whole bunch of extras too for if you do expansions and stuff. What else? What else? There's 2 more boxes here, so I'm gonna show those off in a sec. But first, I think we're gonna trigger ads. So let's start the ads right now, and we will be right back once the ads are done. So, haha. All right, and we return. We return as I wait for my tea to finish warming up. And then we will be back at the desk. But yeah, welcome back, everyone. It's me again. It's Techno. And we are currently unboxing Nemeses. And we are taking a quick break from toys to unbox some non-toy Nemesis related stuff. That being the latest expansion for Dice Throne that I just got last week, Dice Throne Outcasts. I just showed off what was in the main box, which is cool stuff. And then we got a couple of other boxes here. We got the hero sculpts. The hero sculpts here, these are all miniatures, which are not really needed for the game, I suppose. They're very much an extra. You use them more for the single player adventures modes, for like the Dice Throne Adventures modes that they have. But they are nice. I've got all the sculpts for these things. I've been going completist on this. And here are the sculpts for the 4 Outcasts. I've got the pre-painted ones here. So we've got, let's see, you got a Headless Horseman. I mean, looks pretty cool. Looks pretty cool, the Headless Horseman there, I gotta say. What else? We have this is the Pale, which one is this? This is, sorry, I'm just checking. This is the Raveness. Yeah, I mean, like, again, not bad at all. We've got the Necromancer. I don't know about the choices on the colors for the Necromancer. He feels very Green Goblin-y, honestly, in terms of just the actual color choices. Like, getting very heavy Green Goblin vibes. And then, of course, we got the Pale Lady over here, who I think the Pale Lady might be one of the better, is a really good looking one here, honestly. I really like the look of the Pale Lady. Like, just, they did a decent job on the face on her, I feel. Alright, so anyway, that's the minis. That's the minis for this game. I need to see if I can find space in the actual trays to store the minis, because the minis kind of getting, yeah. And then we got one more thing here. We've got, we have some new Dice Throne Adventures stuff here. This is for the Dice Throne Adventures single-player version. They have a cooperative game for Dice Throne. That's an expansion. That is the Adventures one. And this is an expansion here that adds a whole bunch of new bosses and minions and loot cards and game modes. And like we got this new Vault Witch boss here, for instance. And yeah, it's been a while since I played through this, but yeah, so pulling all this stuff off. This is very much packaging that I don't think is really meant to be held on to. The idea is that you would take this box and you would then take the contents out and you would add them into your existing Dice Throne Adventures box. Yeah, it straight up says there, previous experience and additional components required. So we got the Vault Witch over here. We got, yeah, we got all this stuff over here. Yeah, like the Vault Witch, she is just a boss character here. But she's also playable too. She is fully playable. Fully playable character, if you wanted to play her, I guess. Like that's one thing they've generally made a lot of their bosses playable. Yeah. So that's what's all in here. Yeah, this comes with like the different cards and stuff, the inserts and all that stuff. There are some nice tokens with this one too. This one does have some the hard tokens. The main set does come with those, so I have a whole bunch of those. And speaking of tokens, yes, there's a reason I was talking about the punching stuff, and that is I got all the acrylic tokens, so I don't actually need to punch anything. I have all the really nice non-punch necessary tokens here. So I can just use all of these, and I can just make up a really nice set. Like they're nice tokens. They're double-sided printing and everything like that. These will all just end up getting sorted in all these boxes here. We're not going to do that right now. I will probably do that when I have people come over to play, and I will just be, okay, let's get started. Everyone sleeve cards. Just make friends work for it, I guess. Like, just do all the sleeving and everything when people actually come over. But anyway, that was the other that was the bonus thing we were opening tonight. That was the bonus item. I wanted to get that out of the way. Yeah, and I'm looking forward to playing these. Shame it didn't arrive before Halloween, but oh well. Because this would have been good Halloween-themed stuff. But hey, that's shipping schedules for you. Anyway, on to the next one. On to the next set. So we got the Slugslinger over here, and we have Sandstorm over here. And, do we want to do Transformers, or do we want to take a break from Transformers? What do people think? What's everyone want? I will take a bite of this cookie while I await your replies. Because these are good cookies. All right. Well, I think I can do the other Amazon set next. This is the one I was probably more excited for as far as the Amazon sets go. Sandstorm and Slugslinger was like a Oh, hey, I guess we got more Amazon stuff set. But this set is the one that's interesting. This is the Age of the Primes Doom Collection Carnivac versus Physitron. Or, as he is generally more historically known, Iron Fist. Um, yeah, Carnivac. Carnivac is a pretender from the from late G1. He's a Decepticon pretender, and he was the leader, generally the leader of the Mayhem Attack Squad in a bunch of the UK comics. What else to say? And Iron Fist's affiliation with the Wreckers obviously goes back to Last Stand of the Wreckers. Sorry, I'm just making a quick post advertising that I'm opening this. Let's just do that. But yeah, Iron Fist, he goes back to Last Stand of the Wreckers as far as stuff goes. Let's see. Nope, I didn't want to do that. Doing a quick post here. But yeah, Iron Fist, he was a fan favorite character from Last Stand of the Wreckers. Like, very memorable character in that book. And that's probably responsible for like 99% of the people who care about Iron Fist. Because no one really cared about Iron Fist before that book came out. And speaking of caring about things, I just opened a shelf and had oh no, this is about to fall. This is about to fall. I need a cushion. I'm just grabbing a cushion or something like that because something is about to fall off my shelf and potentially fall a bit of a ways. So, hooray for toys falling off precariously balanced on shelves. I'm just trying to feed something into I'm just opening the doors and it's like, oh god, this toy's about to fall, isn't it? So I'm just putting something there just to precariously, there we go, I've got it. Nope. I'm just trying to save this toy from falling over as soon as I open the shelf doors. Let's see if I can save it. Got it. It's not going to fall. I've got a grip on it. Good. Whew. I didn't want my nickel to fall off the top shelf while I was grabbing my Iron Fist. Okay, there we go. Got it. All right, so I got my Iron Fist here. And he is really color aged, isn't he? He has aged color-wise. So, anywho, coming back over. This is a third-party Iron Fist over here. As you can tell, like the elements have not been kind to him. He's kind of just, he's color changed a little bit with time. It's a nice little mold, this third-party one, but this was full-on based off the Last Stand of the Wreckers design that they did for Iron Fist in the comics. It's got all the stuff there that you would expect with Iron Fist. It's a good little toy, but yeah, it's definitely discolored a little bit with time. So I got that one there for reference. I've also got some other Iron Fist stuff here too. I have the BotCon Iron Fist from Transformers Animated. I do not have the other Fun Pub Iron Fist with me. I'm not sure where that one is offhand. It might be in I think it's probably in my sales bin, honestly, if I haven't sold it. But yeah, so this Iron Fist is really good. This was the first use of the name Physitron for referring to Iron Fist. And this was actually a very clever gambit on this toy too, because they straight up just took the Auto Trooper head and they painted eyes on it and they painted these little divots to make it look a lot more like Iron Fist. Like, it works really well. This works really well as a concept, and I'm pretty sure this was like 100% Derek Wyatt, knowing him. Like, may he rest in peace. I'm pretty sure that figure was very much like all Derek. And while there's no real Carnivacs to bring up here, I did figure that I would bring up. Actually, I do have a Carnivac technically, because yeah, that's right. Mastermind Creations did a Carnivac, but I do have Weird Wolf here, and Carnivac is a remold of Weird Wolf, so we are going to compare these molds. So let's get it open. Let's look at the back here. We got all this really nice stuff on the back. Yeah, again, I like this touch here. They named his little headmaster here Survivor, And that there is a reference, I believe, to the Survivors, which was a group that was formed by the survivors of the Mayhem Attack Squad and Wreckers, who kind of like all got disaffected with their respective factions and formed their own group, like by the end of the UK comics. And yeah, pulling this out, we got this tray right over here. There's some instructions in the box as well too. Hold on, I missed Weird Wolf's thing fell. And stupid bot. Let's kill the bot. Kill the bot. Kill the bot. You will die. All right. Anyway, though, back to this. Back to Iron Fist and Carnivac, because that's why we're all here. We're all here to talk about these two guys. So, Carnivac has a bunch of retooling on him from Weird Wolf, and Iron Fist himself is also a retool. I'm going to bring that one out. Iron Fist himself is a retool of Hound from Earthrise. So he is a retool of this guy. Well, actually, no, not Earthrise. When he eventually came out, it took him Hound a while to actually get released. But yeah, anyway, he is a retool of this Hound mold here. The one that was also done into detritus. And yeah, we got a baggie of parts over here. Baggie of parts. You can see here we got a whole bunch of parts. We got a whole bunch of specialized parts, actually. Yeah, we got Iron Fist's rifle. We have Iron Fist's giant guns, and we got the little shield wheel here that goes on the side there. Like they're very much going for all the stuff that the original toy had. And like the original toy too, you can actually take the rifle, and you can plug it underneath there, and you can get just this extra big. Like this is like what his gun looked like on the original. That's why they have this whole divot here, because you're meant to... Actually, no, I think you're meant to go through... I think you're meant to plug it in on this, actually. Let me just see. Yeah, I think it's supposed to actually go like this here, if I'm looking at this right. Because, yeah, that would explain why we have this little peg here. I think it's supposed to go through here. I'm just not sure which direction is the right way. Oh, no, it's like this. It's like this. Yes, this all goes in here. This actually fits in really well. Fits in nice and snugly. This just comes out the back of it. But this will give you the... this is how you get, like, Iron Fist's gun from, like, the original toy. From, like, his whole backpack. Because Iron Fist, his whole gimmick, he was what was called a light former. Anyway, as for the Physitron name. The Physitron name is entirely a case of... Oh, hey, they can't actually call him Iron Fist because Marvel Comics... has all those trademarks and stuff for toys. So they used Physitron, which was an alias that Iron Fist used as his online handle, because his whole thing in the Wreckers comics was he was a massive Wreckers fanboy, who did his best to document the exploits of a Black Ops team, which is a lot harder than it sounds. But anyway, yeah, he was their main documentarian, like their online guy sort of thing there. And that was his whole deal, and Physitron was his online handle, which was actually an anagram of Iron Fist, which was a really clever move. Physitron, and Hasbro has since been using Physitron whenever they've done like an Iron Fist toy, which makes sense. And speaking of, here we have Iron Fist. Let's take a look at the head sculpt. It's a dinky head sculpt. It's a little bit of a small head sculpt, but I mean, like, he's a small dude. I mean, it works. It fits the guy. It bulks out his whole body relative to the head. What else is there to note on Iron Fist here? What else about Physitron can I talk about? Let's see. We got a lot of paint on him too, actually, because you can see here that this whole piece here is painted. Yep. Gray plastic. Incidentally, the gray plastic is interesting choice. Because the fact that he's not actually gray in the comics, and he's not really gray in the original toy. If memory serves, I think that the actual color scheme here comes from the profile art that Josh Burcham did, where Iron Fist was colored this way in like the actual profile books. But yes, we could put the backpack on there to give Iron Fist his more iconic look there, of just having his whole light former backpack cannon backpack there. We can pop the gun out, keep that over there. We can give him his giant rifle here, which looks pretty good. Like, yeah, I mean, he looks great, honestly. He looks really good. What else is there to talk about with Iron Fist? Let's see. We can also take this off. We could use it as a shield. One thing to note too, there's no clear plastic on this guy. And let's just compare him to Hound quickly. We can see here that with Hound, at least in alt mode, at least at this point, you can see here that he shares a lot of parts. Like the head and gun are new, shoulders are the same. Like this accessory is the same. Legs are all the same. Really, the main new part is actually the roof here, as you can see. We have a very different roof, and that's just entirely because like Iron Fist is like an enclosed armored vehicle as opposed to like a Jeep. So we're gonna see how that plays out when we actually transform him. Like the roof just locks on there. It fills in the back nicely. Like, yeah, I mean he looks good. The mold works pretty well for Iron Fist, honestly. It works fairly well for Iron Fist. And yeah, let's just do a quick shot of him here next to this version, this very aged version that is just based off straight off the last end of the Rickers design. But yeah, yeah, like Iron Fist historically, he wasn't quite this orange in the original G1 Iron Fist, but he was a bit more of a tan. So it is kind of a bit weird that we have like no tan whatsoever on this guy here. He is just like straight up just more of a flat gray. Kind of would have been nice to have gone, like, I mean, this is closer to the Wreckers book a little bit in terms of how Josh colored him, but I mean, he was always meant to still be tan. So it's a little disappointing that they dropped that. Maybe they did because of Detritus, because Detritus is a very similar color scheme. It could be that's the case. Anyway, let's transform old Physitron here, and we can already see here that this whole new roof is in fact two new pieces here that extend out and form the entire like roof of the vehicle. So yeah, let's do that. Let's get these arms out. It's very similar to Siege Hound how this toy transforms. There's been people have done customs of Iron Fist out of Siege Hound, and honestly, I mean that works really well conceptually. And he still has a lot of the really cool hallmarks, like for instance, you know, the legs just coming out like this and spooling into the whole body. And yeah, and then we get the arms. Arms are going to just come up. I'm just trying to remember how these all go. Actually, let's leave these down for a sec because I know that this is all gonna come up too. This all comes up. This closes around the head over there. Ah, yes, and then the arms come down. Okay, yeah, once we get that up. Then the arms come underneath. And what else? Quoi d'autre? Quoi d'autre est-ce qu'on doit faire? Let's see. Arms. I'm just trying to remember how everything goes now. That all comes around here. I really like all the shiny paint, all the shiny... Is it plastic or is it paint that they did for the... I think it's... Yeah, no. Okay, yeah, it's a mix. It's a mix. Like, you could see they used blue plastic for this back bit here, but, like, this whole top bit is painted. The match is actually pretty good on terms of the paint versus plastic. Like, it's hard to tell which one is which at a glance. They did a decent job there. Yeah, so the legs are just going to swing around like this. Legs swing around. Arms. Yeah, arms, I'm just trying to remember how the arms go on this guy. It's been a while. Right, they go in like this, I think. Yeah, because those little divots. And then, yeah, and then these come around like this and fold up like that. Yeah, arms fold up like this here. Then these legs all come underneath. Come together, comme ci, comme ça. This guy comes down here. These come in like this. Yeah, these arms just come down and they're going to peg into the underneath. Let's just peg in like that. And all that said, that is Iron Fist. That is Physitron in his alternate mode. We just need to complete the ensemble with the gun. And again, we just take this really nicely designed gun. I really like the design they did for the gun here, for how he has his whole light forward cannon. And we just slap that on over top here, where you can see there's clear sculpting that is modeled off the original. And all mode looks really good. It looks really good in all mode. I really like the look of this guy. Like, he looks good. He's got like the nice dinky little light former look with the giant cannon up here. We got this the off center wheel shield here. The whole thing swivels around. I forgot to show his articulation, I guess, too. I'll just show on Hound because it's pretty much the same. We got swivels over there for the legs, 90 degrees there, out. What else? Waist, pin joints there, swivel, 90 degrees there. We got wrists, and then of course we got like just the head joint. A little bit of a ball joint to this head. So that's the gist of this guy's articulation as well. But like, he looks really good in this all mode, honestly. It's a really nice all mode. Like, yeah, he looks good. I don't know. I don't know what else there's to say about it other than just, yeah, no, it does a really good job of pulling off the Iron Fist look. There's not really much else to say about that. So we got him there. And then we got Carnivac over here, who, as I mentioned, Carnivac was a pretender. He was a, he had a wolf pretender shell. And I'm just remembering now one that I thought was Carnivac is actually Catilla, if memory serves. Mastermind Creations retooled one of their Predacons back in the day into Catilla. But yeah, so Carnivac's not a character who's gotten very many toys. I think this might actually be his first one since Generation 1, if memory serves. But he is a retool of Weird Wolf. They did a whole bunch of new sculpting on him just to evoke Carnivac. And they very much went for the, they went for prioritizing the look of the robot there. Because again, like, pretender. Carnivac was one of the ones though who had like he was one of the ones who had a beast mode pretender shell more so. Like, if I'm remembering correctly, like, as opposed to like characters like Bludgeon, for instance, who had, like the robot skeleton, or Stranglehold, who was, like the pro wrestler. Yeah, Carnivac, if memory serves, I believe his beast mode was the pretender shell. So then you have the robot mode inside. And they very much prioritized on this guy. They very much prioritized trying to get the go for the robot mode, because that's the iconic bit. And I can already see there's definitely some compromises here and there that they've done. So, putting the head on, you can see it is a whole new head sculpt. Head sculpt looks fantastic, incidentally. I love the expression. I love this. Let's just look at this more closely. Like, I love this slight grimace of an expression. Like, it looks really good. Like, Carnivac here looks great. And then you can see here next to Weird Wolf, it is a very different head sculpt. I mean, Weird Wolf's had like two different head sculpts himself, don't get me wrong, because there's the, Takara and the Hasbro versions. But yeah, he doesn't come with this giant gun that Weird Wolf had. He doesn't come with this Titan's Return gun. He comes with a new gun, it looks like. Yeah, he's got a new weapon. He's got a new gun weapon that just goes in his hands over here. Like that. And yeah, he just holds it like that. Does he have a sword too? Yes, he does. I thought he still had the sword. Yeah, but he's got a new sword, actually. So they gave him new sculpting there, so he's got a new S-word. So he's got a new S-word. Let's get it into his hand. It's going to take a little bit of force, looks like. It's the same. Okay, there we go. You just need to slide it down from the top. Okay. But yeah, so his sword is more of a dagger than an actual sword, like what Weird Wolf had. Much shorter weapon. Much shorter weapon. And in fact, I'm just going to put these two next to each other and just showcase the differences here. Just get Weird Wolf's gun over here. Get Weird Wolf's F around find out gun here. And then we're going to put Carnivac right next to him. And then we're going to start comparing these guys and see what differences there are. Because there are some differences. Yeah, we do have some differences on these guys. So, let's see. Okay, maybe there's less differences than I thought. But yeah, we got the headmaster is different. You can see the wolf heads are the same. The big difference here is that Carnivac. This is interesting here. Carnivac, the original toy, had like a visor for his eyes, and they didn't really want to put the budget in clearly to actually retool the head. So instead, they have painted the visor details over here, which doesn't really work. I could see someone doing an upgrade set for this guy, honestly. But I mean, I guess it sort of works. Not really, but sorta. Like, you can tell these are definitely different characters. They did a good job differentiating the two. Otherwise, the only other parts that look to be different are he has a new backpack over here. This whole new back piece is different. We have a 5mm peg back here now, and also of note, there is no clear plastic in this one. That was actually an issue with Weird Wolf in that this clear plastic bit was prone to breaking over time, as I understand it. This hinge was not very sturdy because if you look here, you got the clear plastic on the hinge, and that was actually one of the things that they made that Evan Brooks, like the designer, like made a point to mention when they revealed this guy that at that one toy show there, which was that one convention or whatever, which was that, oh yeah, so like we retooled that bit so he doesn't have that problem. But yeah, like that is the only retooling on this guy though, that and the head. Otherwise, it is just, and the weapons, I guess. Otherwise, it is just like paint changes. But I mean, hey, the paint changes actually make them look very distinct. Like, you're not going to be confusing these two for each other. Like, it's a very distinct deco. They do a good job of just bringing out different colors. Yeah, not bad for like a, like 8-year-old toy or whatever. So, let's look at articulation here, shall we? Articulation, we have these giant ball jointed shoulders here. You know, in and out, around like this. We have a swivel here above the elbow. 90-degree elbow bend. We have this kibble back here. No wrists. We got a swivel over here. It's blocked by this back bit over here, so the waist only goes really about that much. Let's see, ball joints here. Yeah, this guy's really a throwback. Ball joints. We have a swivel here above the knee. Like that. We got about 90 degrees in the knees here too. And then we just got these ball joints to ankles and a rocker here for folding up because of well, like his other mode. Because of his beast mode. And then we just got the standard Titan Master head. So that's Carnivac in a nutshell in terms of his actual posability. That is Carnivac in a nutshell. I mean, like, I do like that he's got the new guns. Yeah, this paint is... Oh, no, that's just stuff. Gunk that's on the gun. Hold up. I think it's just mold flash. But yeah. Yeah, I like the new guns. I like the new gun, the new sword. Like, it helps differentiate him. The new head sculpt is really nice. Like, it's a really nice head sculpt for Carnivac. I really like the look of the colors on this guy. I really, really like the color scheme. Like this, it's a very nice color scheme in Carnivac. And let's transform him into his wolf mode. So, oh, let's pop off. Let's accidentally pop off a part. Yay! Great start. Anyway, this goes up in here. This closes up, and this whole foot comes down. Like a lot of this is. Oh, this one popped right off too. Okay. All right. I guess these are a little bit loose. These guys here in terms of staying on. It's probably just showing its age a little bit, the mold. Like they close up fine. It's just like when I'm actually like sticking my nail in, it's very easy to pop these guys off. So keep that in mind. Yeah, and then we bring these around here. And you can already see we got the front legs. Pop off the head because Headmaster. Oh, and we didn't even look at the paint job on Survivor here. Let's do that. So yeah, so we got this whole paint job on Survivor. I'm not sure if he's based off like a particular aspect of the Pretender, but I mean like he looks fine. He looks fine here. I don't have any UK guys to like tell me what the deal is with the colors. But yeah, no, he looks good there. Yeah, head just comes down over here. Then what else? This opens up. You can see we have a little cockpit here for him to ride in. So yeah, we can just sit him down in the cockpit. He should just, yeah, this little bit over there is just gonna tab in down there at the very base. So that should hold him in place. And at least in theory. Oh, that's why. Yeah, you need to extend the legs this much there, and then just bring the arms up a bit. Pose him like he's actually sitting in this guy riding it. Whew. Okay, that popped off easy. All right, so what else? These guys go here. Okay, maybe I can't. Maybe I have to put him in more of a sitting pose. I don't know. He is not going in here very well, and his little arm just went somewhere. All right. Okay. Yeah, these ball joints a little bit loose. A little bit loose, that one arm ball joint. But let's see if I can figure out. I mean, I guess you could always just put him in head mode, really. Like if you put him in head mode here, he's just going to go in here fine, I think. But I just want to get him in here in the seat because you can tell there's a little car seat that he's supposed to be in. He's supposed to be sitting in his car seat. Like all the sculpting is there for him to just be able to sit in this thing and just ride it like he's in his little seat. I guess if I put it in like this, I got a spudger over here. Yeah, the actual inner cockpit's not working that great on this version of the mold. Well, let's keep transforming him. Let's keep transforming him. And oh, that's why. I think I see why. I think I see why that's the case because I forgot about some stuff in this mold. Because this guy extends out. He's not a short wolf. There's a whole bit here that extends. Like all this stuff comes down, right? That's why. It's been a while since I've transformed this guy. Right, because all this comes out like this. That's why it doesn't seem like it's quite fitting. Because all this whole thing is going to come out like this. It's then going to slide down and lock in over here instead. And then that's just going to extend the entire wolf body. So now we should be able to get him in his little cockpit. Yeah, we got lots of room now. We got lots of room for this guy to sit in here now. So let's just see if I can figure out the best way to put him. I guess we can just put him like this. Yeah, now he fits in here fine. And this is all just going to close up over top there and just close in like that. So yeah, so there. We got the extended wolf body. And then we just got to do the legs. We got to do the back legs. And that is just simple. You just bring these up over here. Bring these up like this. And then just start extending the digitigrade legs. So we got that there. Bring these around here. Let's see. Yeah, bring these up. And just, do your standard wolf. Do all the standard folding you do in order to just get this guy into like the, your standard wolf mode. Where you get like that wolf, those wolfy legs. Yeah, we lock that down there. But yeah, let's see. What else? Quoi d'autre? So we got the tail. Tail is just going to come in over here. And that's just going to slide in like that over there. Which gives them a little bit of a different profile. Yeah, so legs are here. Legs just sit over there. There's no real locking mechanism for the legs on this guy. They kind of just sit there. So, and you do actually get a little bit more posability because we got another ball joint down here too, as you can see. And then yeah, in the gun we can just, let's see. Gun, we can just put over here. Just put it on his back like that. It also can go on the side, looking at this guy here. And I'm curious to see if there's, I guess we could also put it on the gun too. We got that peg over there, so we can mount it on the gun if we so choose. So we can mount it like that. I don't know what the official configuration is for all mode. Oh, that's the official configuration for all mode. Okay. All right, official configuration for all mode on the back of the box is just bringing it in like this and just putting it back over there. So it's just sitting over his head like that. What else? Mouth should open on this guy. Yeah, mouth opens. We got this nice inside silver painted mouth with all these silvery teeth. But yeah, that's Carnivac. That is Carnivac right here. So that's Carnivac, and that is Iron Fist or Physitron. They both look pretty good here. Again, there's some definite compromises here. You can tell they're trying to go for the visor look of the original toy by just painting the visor on. It doesn't really work the greatest because you still got those eyes there, so the look they're going for really doesn't come across. I think with a few custom parts, like replace this guy's head, and I think it would do a lot for him, honestly. But I really like the colors on Carnivac, like just the whole purple wolf look, like with this with this brown, like it looks really good. It's a nice look. It's a nice look overall, honestly. So we got these two guys, Carnivac. We got Iron Fist, and now we can take these out of the shelf. You can take these out, put them off to the side. All right, and then we can decrement this again because yeah, we're down to 34 things to unbox. Hooray! Hooray! So let's spread these guys out. Let's put these Nemeses out over here. All right, and with that said, we are going to be getting into the third box of toys tonight. Third box of toys tonight, which is in fact not Transformers, but it is something I've been very much anticipating. I was pretty hyped when they did these, and that is we're getting into the exclusives. These were all figures that were done up for NYCC by Hasbro. These were available at New York Comic Con. They were also available on Hasbro Pulse. Some of them might still be available, honestly. But this is the first of those exclusives. It's the first of those exclusives. It is Mace Windu and Darth Sidious. Revenge of the Sith 2-pack. So, anyway, you know, those who know me know that I'm a big Emperor Palpatine fan. So I relish any opportunity to get some stuff with old Sheev. And yeah, and this is like one of my favorite looks of his from the movies, honestly. Just the outfit that the Supreme Chancellor wore during the confrontation in his offices with Mace Windu and the other Jedi. It's one of my favorite Palpatine looks. I have the original toy somewhere in storage from like 2000. Was that 2005 that came out? I think 2003. I want to say 2005, something like that. 2004, 2005, something like that. In any case, the important thing is I do have that original toy sitting around in the bin somewhere. Like it's my favorite look for the character. And let's just get this off. Get this little guy off, and then we can actually start opening up the box and taking a look at the insides. Because we got a lot of... It's weird. This is a box that's clearly meant to have like a display window. But they went and actually like taped up all the ways that you can actually open this up to display. So it's not really the most effective display window. Like, I mean, God, look at all the cutting I need to do just to actually see what's inside this thing. Because it's got doors, but we can't actually open them unless we cut all of this tape. Not the greatest design. And then we do all of that. After all of that, we get to open to this really, really nice setup over here. And that, yeah, it's kind of dumb that we have to open all this stuff up here. We got this really nice set. We got the whole Senate background here. We got this whole Senate background. Yeah, we got the whole Senate background over there. We've got my giant ring light over there, just shining its way through. Let's see if I can. Yeah, that's a bit better. Yeah, we got my giant ring light just shining its way through there, and then we got like Mace Windu and Supreme Chancellor Palpatine in there. And Palpatine, you can see that it's a rare use here for Star Wars stuff of them actually using like soft goods. The outfits for these characters, we are seeing a bunch of soft good robes. Sorry, I'm just trying to. I want to get these open so I can get a quick image of this all open. I might have to. Let's see if I can hold this open with anything. Honestly, if I can use my knife over here just to hold this open, which is not working. Yeah, open, damn it, open. I swear. There we go. There we go. Okay, because yeah, I just want to I just want to get a shot of these figures right here. Let's get a shot of these toys. Turn the light on there, which just completely washes out Palpatine's face. But yes, this is from the climactic scene in Revenge of the Sith, where you had Darth Sidious had been revealed to the Jedi via Anakin telling them, as he expected, and then Mace Windu and 3 other Jedi Knights went in order to apprehend the Chancellor, now that they knew that he was a secret Sith. And in that whole scene, like, Palpatine proceeds to make quick work of everybody. Like, he just, like, wrecks all the Jedi. We have actually learned after the fact, since that scene came out, that, like, the choreography was changed last minute for that scene, because they originally were going to not have Ian doing that scene himself. The whole plan was for Ian's stunt actor to be doing that scene. And then in the final, I think it was like a day of shooting sort of thing there, they decided to use Ian, so they kind of had to walk him through how to do all this stuff, like, without any real prep. And he is not trained in combat. So they had to do a lot of really quick cuts to make everything work as well as they did. But yeah, so that is this 2-pack. We're going to keep going on this. We're going to keep getting this thing open. But you know what? I think that we're going to want to do this. Well, you know what? No, we got 15 minutes before ads. Let's see if we can do this in 15. So let's get this open. Let's get this thing open here. Let's find where we open this, actually. I think we just open the side. Like this here. Yeah. Side just opens up. I guess it's the benefits of taping the front, but it is dumb that they did tape the front, because it means you can't actually see through the window until you actually get the toys out. But the whole inner display too. The whole inner display, it's like just this, it's the whole Senate window on that inner display. It's nice. It's quite nice. And we got more of it here. We got the whole Senate back window. So yeah, that's a good display to have. Might be reason for people to want to keep this box just purely to get that whole like back window. Like you can even see here, it's got like all the glass on the floor too, from like when the window gets busted open. And we got the 2 guys here. We're gonna start with the one I'm least interested in. We're gonna start with Samuel Jackson himself. We're gonna start with Mace Windu, the Jedi Knight, leader of the Jedi Council, and he is a fairly standard Jedi body. He's got his Jedi robes. They are soft goods, which is nice. It's always nice to get soft goods Jedi stuff. It also means that you can actually just pull these off and just get a Mace Windu. It's not the first time they've done Mace. Honestly, I think it's a reuse of the old Mace Windu body. I'm just trying to get these off here, just to show the robe. I want to show that you can actually take this thing off and use it. So, because yeah, we got. Let's just get up. Yeah, it's a bit tricky to get off the sleeves because you got these really wide plastic sleeves, but it should come off. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Yeah, so this does fully come off. You can get the whole robe off, and we can just see Mace Windu here. And let's look at these sculpts. First of all, we got the first Mace Windu head sculpt that it comes with. Yeah, we got a bit of a smirk here. Honestly, this is a really good Samuel Jackson head sculpt. They did a really good job on this. Like, it really looks like him. Really does a good job of looking like the actor. Yeah, it's a nice head sculpt here. I'm just grabbing some quick shots here. And then, of course, we got the alternate head sculpt in here, too. We've got a more neutral head sculpt. So we can pop that head off, pop this one on. And I don't know if the ball joint's on, but this is a more stoic face. Again, these are very good likenesses of the actor. Very good likenesses of the actor here. Like, he looks great here. I'm really not sure which face to go with. I think the other face probably fits better considering the scene. Yeah, like this face probably works a little bit better considering the whole action scene notion of the thing. But let's look at our articulation on this guy. So we have a ball jointed head. We have a ball joint here at the base of the neck as well too. We have inside the body, we have butterfly joints. Butterfly joints like that. We have Digimon stuff. Digimon opening. So yeah, joints all the way around like that. Decent posability on the robe sleeves. Let's see, 90 degrees here. 90 degrees here, and we also have wrist swivels. Wrists also go up and down. I'm just trying to swivel this, but you can see here that they are up and down. And this one is left and right, side to side. Yeah. Only real thing with these is like you have those up and down side to sides, but they don't really work that well with the robes. They've never been great on Star Wars figures. We got this whole ball joint here at the waist, so some good posability for lightsaber stuff. And then for legs go to about here. You can see that they have cuts here in the skirts that you can actually get the legs out. Let's see what else. Legs also go up to about there. You can see these are older legs too. They are still pinned legs, double joints, and that's kind of what makes me think this is probably an older Jedi body. This is probably like their old Mace Windu body because they have done Mace before. What else? Swivel underneath there. Do we have a boot swivel? No, we do not. And we have feet go down about there, and we have the ankle tilts. So overall, it's a good posable Mace Windu. Like, he looks good. What else? What else is there about Mace here to point out? He's got his lightsaber, of course. Got his purple lightsaber. So let's get this out and let's inspect this lightsaber, which is taped in like multiple places. Yeah, here we go. So we got the lightsaber over here. It's got a fairly standard Mace Windu lightsaber hilt. I mean, it looks fine. Looks good. Like most lightsabers, blade comes out like that. I don't know if it actually... I'm looking at this guy, and I don't know if it actually hooks anywhere, though. A lot of their figures, they put little hooks on there for the lightsabers, but Mace does not actually have one. So there's not really much point in doing the extinguished lightsaber unless, say, you're just having him posing as he's about to light it. So that's a little bit of a negative. Yes, we got the whole robe over here, too. We got the whole Jedi robe. Let's put this thing back on. Because, yeah, that's accurate to the scene. I mean, again, these are nice Jedi robes. I hope I can get this on easily enough. The trick really is just getting this thing over the sleeves because of how wide those sleeves are, like on top and bottom. So let's try and get this thing back on. You just need to get these sleeves on just right, I think. Probably have to twist this around a bit just to, wiggle this back on. There we go. Now it's coming on. Yeah, just wiggling this on is making a big difference. And then we got one sleeve on, and now we'll do the other sleeve. All right, so yeah, I do have a few figures as well, like Black Series stuff waiting in the wings to display next to these guys just to show off. But yeah, the trickiest part is just getting it over these sleeves. Like, you're probably not going to be taking these cloaks off very often. Especially not if it's specifically, referenced the one Mace Windu scene. Like Mace had his cloak on most of the time in the movies anyway. It was the main time he didn't was in Attack of the Clones. Okay, so there we go. We got that up there now. Got that up there. So now let's just close this back up. Adjust the cloak and everything like that. Adjust the sleeves. Bring the sleeves down. Yeah, bring the arm down properly because it's all contorted now. Yeah, that's Mace Windu though, with his cloak, with his Jedi robes. I mean, he looks pretty good here. Again, it's decent Jedi robes. Like Mace looks good here. Mace looks like what you expect him to, and the robes, of course, hide a lot of the joints and stuff. The hood. Oh, interesting. The hood, you can't actually use the hood. The hood is in fact sewn down. And that's an interesting choice. Interesting choice to sew the hood down at the back. I mean, it probably adds to the look of the scene because, like, given the scene, he's not going to have his hood up. But it's an interesting choice to just sew the whole thing down. And yeah, now we can just give him his lightsaber. Just slide this into his hand. Let's see. Yeah, slide it into his hand like so. And there, now we got Mace Windu there with his cloak, with his... He looks good. He looks good. It's a nice mace. It is a decent Mace Windu. Now we're going to put him back over here. And now we can do the real star of the show here. We can do Sheev Palpatine next. And we are going to do him, I think, looking at times, I think we're going to wait until after we run the ads to open up old Sheev. So, yeah, because, yeah, we got ads in 5 minutes. I'm not going to finish talking about this guy in 5 minutes. So, I'm going to start the ads, and when we return, we are going to delve into the Emperor himself. We're going to delve into Sheev Palpatine. So, we will return very, very shortly. And then after that, we got our last toy of the night. So yeah, see you all shortly. All right, and we are back. We are coming back now. Welcome back, everyone. I'm just making a couple of quick Blue Sky posts while I wait for my tea to finish. But yeah, we are unboxing toys tonight, and we are doing Nemeses tonight. And right now we have started in partway on the Mace Windu and Palpatine set. Let's see. Let's see, I'm just making a quick thing here. All right, there we go. Now I can grab my tea, and then we can start in on this. Because my tea is nice and warm now. Good. Good tea. So anyway, yeah, as I was saying, we have a Palpatine next. We just did Mace Windu. He's sitting back over here. You know, his party's over and all. The party's over. But for Palpatine, the party's just starting. The fun is just beginning because now he finally gets to unleash himself and reveal himself to the Jedi. And he does it in like one of my favorite Palpatine outfits, which is the Supreme Chancellor robes from that scene in Revenge of the Sith. And so here we have Palpatine. And I gotta be honest, the robes are kind of incredibly underwhelming on Palpatine. The robes are very underwhelming on this guy. I mean, just like if you've seen the movie, like there's a lot of detail on the robes. Like they're fairly ornate. Like you got like all the the piping and stuff that goes down the sides and everything like that. But on this one here, they really didn't do a lot. Like he's got the puffed sleeves. He has the puffed sleeves of the Supreme Chancellor robe, but like it's the outer robe that I really think they kind of cheaped out on. Like it's a fairly standard. I think this is just the Count Dooku body actually. I think this might just be Count Dooku's body, just looking at where the sculpting is. I think they just reused a Dooku and just slap Palpatine's robes on it and slapped on a new head. I mean, like as a base body, it does work, but yeah, it's a little disappointing given how we finally got another Palpatine outfit and this is what we got. Like, I get that it is definitely gonna favor lightsaber fighting, which is nice. It's absolutely gonna favor lightsaber fighting, but it's a little bit disappointing. But let's talk about the stuff here. Let's talk about the stuff that is nice on this guy. Let's talk about the head sculpt, because it's only been taken like 3 different toy releases, but we finally got a proper Ian McDiarmid face sculpt here. We finally got a proper Sheev Palpatine. And I think this is the big attraction of this toy. I imagine that we will probably get this on some sort of retail release. In fact, if we did get a retail release where they redid the outfit without the soft goods and just sculpted it, I would probably buy that again because I think it would look a lot better. I think that it feels like this feels like it's only like half done, the way that they churned this out. It feels like they rushed to get something to market for NYCC. But like the actual head sculpt work, like the head sculpt work here is fantastic. Like this is a very good Palpatine head sculpt. This is like they just nailed it. They nailed his face right here. Like this is the best part about this toy. Like that head sculpt. This is the part I was excited to get. And yeah, so we got like we got the Palpatine hands here, and we got a bunch of different hand options, and we got a bunch of different accessory options. So let's take a look. I mean, first of all, I guess we should talk about articulation here. We got the ball jointed head here. We got the ball jointed neck, and you'll notice that neck came off really easily. That is because the alternate head actually swaps at the neck as well, which makes a lot of sense. We got these hands here, which let's see what all we got. What do we got for articulation on this guy? We got the robes here. Arms. I'm just looking in what we got. Arms are pretty basic. I think there are slight butterfly joints. So universal joints there, all the way around. Again, it's just, like 90-degree bend, swivel inside, wrist articulation. There's an up and down on this wrist here. And then this wrist probably has like a side to side, I'm guessing. Oh no, they both got up and down. Okay, they're both up and down wrists. And then looking over here, we got ball jointed waist. You got legs, go to about there. These are newer legs because they're pinless, but they're also only a single knee joint bend as opposed to the double one that Mace has. And we got ankle tilts. But I'm pretty sure this is their Dooku body. I'm pretty sure this is the Count Dooku body, just with like Palpatine's robe slapped over top of it. And while it does work, it kind of needed a little bit more work on the actual. I think the tunic, I think the outer jacket really probably should not have been soft plastic. Like it lets him do all the crazy poses. Don't get me wrong, but I think it probably shouldn't have been soft plastic, just because that omits a lot of the really cool detail. So we got accessories. We got the lightsaber for one. We got his iconic red lightsaber. Yeah, it is a red lightsaber. It's got like Palpatine's hilt, and we can just slap it in his hand. Yep. And I mean, he's got the posability that you can do some decent stuff with him. Yeah, like you can get stuff like that like a big sweeping arc or something like that. Yeah, you can get him in some proper fighting poses. Let's be honest. And I mean, that is one advantage with the way they did the body here. You can actually pose him out for fighting. But again, I wish that they had done this a little bit differently. It just feels like they cheaped out. Especially considering this is meant to be like a premium exclusive. Like, they didn't even like print anything on the fabric. Like, it would even if they printed text or detail on the fabric, it would have been a lot better. Yeah, and then of course we also have like, his no, you will die hands, where he starts shooting force lightning. So we pop the wrists out. We pop both wrists out here. And then we get the force lightning hands. And interesting. Oh, this is interesting. I didn't realize this. Putting these in, it's actually they actually did force lightning hands that arc back. These are new force lightning hands. Oh, that is cool. Rather than having force lightning hands where he is shooting the lightning forward, they instead are replicating the whole scene in the movie there. And I'm gonna pose this out. They're replicating the whole scene in the movie where he is shooting lightning at Mace Windu, and he is just down. He is just down over here. He is shooting lightning at Mace Windu, and Mace just has his saber out. Yep. Let's bring this around. Mace has his saber out over here, and we just get like the lightning just back deflecting onto his face. Like, that is actually really cool. So let's just string this. There's even some little loops here that you can kind of use some of these bits here just to loop this through a little bit, just to secure it in place like that. So we can do this over here. We can do this over here where Mace is just deflecting the lightning. And let me move this packaging out of the way. Because yeah, this is kind of cool. This is kind of cool. We can just recreate that entire scene here. So let's bring this around like that. So we can have it so that, yeah, we got the lightning deflecting back on him. Yeah, that actually works really well. Yeah, and then you can just have the lightning deflecting back on him, and that is where we get into the second head sculpt, because we have the weathered head sculpt here. We got this proper Palpatine cackle, like this just evil grin. I really like the look of this. It looks great. Yeah, we got just the shadowed eyes. Like, it looks really good here on my camera. If I put this light on, you can still see it is a really good Palpatine face. Really good Palpatine face here. Just an evil snivel. And I can take this off here. And I can swap this entire thing off at the base. And then you swap this on. And that's why they changed the neck out, because it is discolored. He has this whole discolored face from just getting burned by lightning. So, like, the neck is different even. But just look at this guy here. Look at how great he looks. Look at how great he looks here. Yeah, yes, his lightning is deflecting back on his face and like melting his own visage. But like, it is honestly kind of really cool that they went for that they specifically went with those faces. So let's just do this here. I'm just trying to stand this up a little bit. Get this around. Let's just wrap this loop in here again. And then we can get this whole setup over here. If I can stand this up like that. Yeah, no, they look really good here. Yeah, like Palpatine's head looks good. But yeah, I wanted to really do a lot of comparison stuff with Palpatine, so Yeah, I've got a few figures to pull out here for comparison's sake. As soon as I move this packaging out of the way and can grab them. Because the big thing I wanted to do comparison with was Palpatine. I don't think did I grab any others? I forget if I actually grabbed my Anakin or not. I don't see him. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I didn't grab Anakin. Okay, but I wanted to grab Palpatine anyway. I wanted to grab the previous release of Palpatine. Like just the whole Emperor look from Return of the Jedi. And we can really contrast the faces here too, actually, just in terms of the makeup. Like, because yeah, just looking at the sculpting here. Let me just swap these hands back out. Swap the hands back out from the withered ones. Give him his lightsaber hands instead. And there's probably nothing stopping you from, say, taking hands from one of the other Palpatine releases, honestly. And just using those. But yeah, so swapping this in here, we got the Revenge of the Sith here, and then we have the Return of the Jedi makeup. So you can see like this makeup here is a lot less raw. It's just differences in how the makeup was done at the time. Like this one, like if you look at actual press photos of Palpatine, he is much whiter in his face, just because the fresh scar tissue, that sort of thing there. But like these two heads look really good. Like yeah, they look really good together, honestly. Like I really like how this Palpatine there too. It's like yeah, he's just like he's clearly like lost a bit more weight and stuff. And obviously once we put the hood on, like it looks like your whole full proper like Emperor Palpatine there. And then we have this Palpatine. And actually, I can actually do something that I've been wanting to do for a while with this toy, I think. Or not. No. Oh yeah, I might be able to. Let's see. Moment of truth. I want to see if the ball joint is compatible. I want to see if I can actually use the Revenge of the Sith head on this guy. Provided I can actually get it off the neck. Yeah, let's see. So that's my big question. I've been wondering if I can do like a prequel era Darth Sidious with this toy. Let's see. Yeah, they kind of made it a lot easier to swap. They kind of made it really easy to swap out the neck, but at the expense of the head swapping easily. Bit of a shame. Yeah, I don't think this is going to swap out quite that easily, and that's unfortunate. That was actually like one of the things I really wanted to see with this toy, whether or not I could swap on another Palpatine, but oh well. I do remember though, I did grab another toy for comparisons if I can find it. I did, yeah, I'm pretty sure I grabbed another one, unless he's like on my kitchen table, which is possible. I might have just put him down on the kitchen table and forgot to bring him over, because I do have the other Palpatine that they did. Like I have the other Revenge of the Sith one that they did. But yeah, it's unfortunate though that I can't actually swap the heads. I was really looking forward to being able to do that. What I do want to check though with this, I will do this, is I did want to see if I can actually say pop the how does this come off? Right. I wanted to just actually pop this out here. And I wanted to see how he looks if I say swap the actual like cloak out. Because the cloak should come off. I should be able to get the cloak off this guy still. And I just want to see how he looks if I can get the cloak over top, just to homage the bit in Revenge of the Sith where he then swaps in his cloak with the whole you're fulfilling your destiny Lord Vader bit there, and switches on. I think it's a different robe, but it's still the whole every single enemy is now an enemy of the Republic scene. Every single enemy. Every single Jedi is now an enemy of the Republic. That whole bit. So let's see. We got this here. Let's see if I can actually fit this robe on. We must move quickly. The Jedi are relentless. Let's get this all on. Yeah, okay, so I can get this one over top. That's good. That's good. I think I can get this. Because this, I really wanted to see how this would look if I got this whole look working properly where we could get the Palpatine cloak over top. I think it is a different cloak in the movie, but that he puts over top here. But yeah, we can get the general look of it though. The whole "you're fulfilling your destiny, Lord Vader" type look here. So anyway, so if we take this Palpatine cloak and we put this over top this head, can we get the proper Darth Sidious look? The answer is, well, let's see. From this angle, no. From this angle, no, it's not quite a Darth Sidious look, but give me a minute. Give me a minute because it's an angle thing. It's entirely an angle thing because if we bring the hood down a little bit more and we bring the head up a little bit more, we can probably get a Darth Sidious. Oh, yeah. Check it. So you can full on get like a proper Darth Sidious visual here with this cloak. You can get a proper Darth Sidious visual from like just the earlier film, like episode 1, episode 1 Darth Sidious sort of thing. They just need to put this head on more bodies. Now that we have this Palpatine head, I hope that they do that because yeah, it looks good. So yes, we can get this here. We can get that whole Darth Sidious look. And then of course, if we swap the face out, we can get the bit from Revenge of the Sith itself. We can get the whole bit from the actual movie where we swap this on, turn this around the right way. And then we got just the whole unlimited power grimace, and we just slide a hood over it. And that looks okay. That actually looks really, really good to the movie. That actually looks that looks really good. That looks incredibly. I am very impressed with how this looks with the hood on now. Like just it's. Like we just bring it up like this. Like, oh, he looks exactly like you would want him to. He looks exactly like you would want him to. Like, and just with the added like brow there, just how dark and piercing those eyes are, just like poking through. Like this just looks, ooh, like he looks good here. He looks good here. Don't get me wrong, but then you put the hood on. Then you got to put the hood on, and you just like just even the way the eyes are just like piercing through there, just looking at you. Like, oh my god, this looks so good. This looks so good. And I'm gonna put the flash on and destroy the look. Because yeah, putting the flash on does kind of wreck the look and gives you that classic. This is what the character looks like in full light, non-mood lighting look, and he looks a heck of a lot worse. Like the Palpatine makeup looks way worse when you actually light it properly. Once you give it more studio lighting, it looks just phenomenal. Like this just, yeah, this is proper like execute Order 66 Palpatine here. It's great. It's great. So anyway, that answers the question I had, which is, can you pull that off with the cape? And yes, you can. You can pull that off very well. So I have incentive now to. I think I have a Palpatine somewhere in my sales bin. I have like the old version of Palpatine before they redid the head sculpt. So I now have incentive to go and dig that thing out and just essentially just steal the cloak off of it just to use on this other Emperor. Because yeah, this is nice. This is quite nice. And I'm going to just put this cloak back on this one because he's going to go back in his throne. He's going to go back in his throne on my shelf. But yeah, so I really hope that they do more with the Darth Sidious head sculpt. Like, slap the Darth Sidious head sculpt on this body and just do like a episode 1 Darth Sidious, for instance. I think that would sell. I would definitely buy it. I would definitely buy like a proper like episode 1 Phantom Menace or a Phantom Menace Attack of the Clones Darth Sidious. I mean, like it's his look in Clone Wars and stuff too. And honestly, I think they also should redo the Darth Sidious that came with like the episode 3 Darth Sidious. They should redo that, but use this face instead. Reuse this face instead, just so that you can do the Clone Wars fight with Maul and Savage. Because he should not do an Ian McDiarmid head where rather than a neutral face, he has the insane mad cackling of this face. Like, do that sculpt. They really need to do that sculpt next. But yeah, so anyway, for Palpatine though, As I said, I am not a big fan of how they did the robes. I'm not a huge fan of how they did the robes here. I think that they could have done the robes better. I think they did it this way. Probably it just feels like for something that was like a convention exclusive and a bit more premium release, it feels like the wrong way to go. Like it's posable, but yeah. I don't know. I'm not the biggest fan. There's some stuff I love about it. Like I think they did a good job with just the sleeves. Like the sleeves look great. They got the flared look of the sleeves pretty much down pat. In terms of just how they're flared up at the top. That looks good, and it's just they should have at least like printed some detail onto the fabric or something because Palpatine is very much like in the prequels, he is very much a showboater in terms of like his outfits, and this feels very low rent for Sheev Palpatine, the Supreme Chancellor of the Republic. The man is very vain. The man was very vain. But I mean, the Windu is great. Windu, this is a really good Mace Windu. And again, I'm pretty sure that the Windu body is not new. I'm pretty sure this is a reuse. But yeah, like, I am glad, though, that I finally have an actual Chancellor Palpatine. Like, that in of itself is actually, like, a big reason to get this set. But I do really hope that they use this head somewhere else. I really hope we get more uses out of this face. Just going to do another quick close-up of the face, because, again, I really like the face. I really like the Palpatine face. And with that said, we are going on to our final thing now. We are on to the final box of the night. And this is the one we've all been waiting for, folks. It is from the same convention event, it is Transformers Armada Nemesis Prime, along with the Air Defense Minicon team. The guys who all turn into the legendary Starsaber. So let's take a look at all this art on the side. We got these really nice Minicon art over here. We got this really nice Nemesis Prime art on the side here, like just wielding the Starsaber. And this was very much like, this is how they got the Starsaber out. They've only really been able to do Minicons as part of like special sets or micro packs because there's no budgets. So yeah, this is how they snuck the Minicons into the budget there by just giving us Nemesis Prime minus the trailer with a bunch of Minicons. This is the Commander class figure, but yeah, it's minus the trailer. So let's get it open. And let's marvel at this box just a little bit more, because again, it's great packaging. It's great packaging. Like we have this whole backdrop in here as well too. You can see of the world where like they find Nemesis Prime, because he's from like that one episode of Transformers Armada, where he is like a minion of Unicron, and they have to fight him, and he's a clone of Optimus, and they have to fight him. And he is Optimus's darker side. Because Optimus in Transformers Armada was a little bit of a battle happy guy, like he was always looking for a fight, and Nemesis is that but without restraint. So he is essentially like the darker impulses of Optimus Prime in the show. So yeah, we got this really nice packaging here. There's instructions in here as well too. I'm going to pull these out because I'm going to want to consult these for certain things. Because yeah, we got two different parts in here. We've got Nemesis and we've got the Minicons. I'm just going to take a quick image of this here. We got Nemesis and we got the Minicons here. The whole Minicon team, they are bolted in via tape. Let's start with the Minicons because they're there first. And I really like this here. Check it. I really like this sculpting here. He's actually full on posed in the box, like holding the Minicons as a sword. That is cool. That is really nice. That is some good attention to detail there. So we're just gonna break this tape so I can get these guys out. And there we go. Cut all this tape out. There's some tape down here too. They really went out of their way to make sure that this isn't going to budge in the packaging. It's nice packaging. It's probably going to get tossed. I don't have the space for keeping in some of this stuff. Plus, it's not really reusable packaging anyway. So we got Nemesis over here, and we got the Starsaber over here. And this is the one I think that everyone was the most excited for out of this set. So we're going to start with the Starsaber. We're going to start with the Starsaber over here. We're going to cut it out. And I'm going to mention some stuff here just to watch for with a Starsaber, because some of the parts on this are really, really small. some of the tolerances on some of these joints here are really precise, and if you are not careful and do not transform this exactly as you're supposed to, it will break. So keep that in mind. Just some of these joints are really, really small. Like, I was aware of that by the time I got this thing, so that is something I am absolutely watching for. But yes, we got 2 mini cons over here, and then we could plug the third one in. Where's the sword other bit go? Yeah, this is the hilt of the sword, and then I'm just trying to figure out where this... Oh, and then the Star Saber, we got these 2 nodes here. This plugs in over here. Is that really it? This doesn't feel very sturdy. Is there another connecting joint I'm missing? I'm just... Like, this just doesn't feel very... You know what? This is why we got instructions. This is why we got some instruction here. Because the Star Saber really does not feel like it is... It feels like I'm not doing something right with pegging this together. Because it's definitely how it goes, but... It's not holding together. Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out why this doesn't actually peg together. Yeah, this doesn't actually hold. Is there something I'm missing here? Unless it's just I'm doing this the wrong way around? I don't know. No. Yeah, so that's my first big disappointment on this guy, I guess, that the Star Saber is not actually staying together as a saber. That's a bit of a really? I'm gonna have to ask friends and stuff and see if other people I know who got this set have that same issue, because yeah. That kind of kills some enthusiasm if you can't even actually form the sword. Like, it's just those 2 pegs here, but yeah, these are just too loose to actually peg in. Again, I am just looking at this here and going, did I miss something? Did I miss something on this guy? Is something not right? I don't know. Let's try this. Yeah, no, this is just not staying together. Really? Really? I mean, I can kind of have it if I'm holding it up like this, but the minute I tilt it, yeah, no, it just comes apart. That is very disappointing, honestly. So with that said, we are going to look at all of the, we're going to take a look at the mini cons here. I'm just checking again just to see if I'm missing something with how these combine, because yeah, it is a little disappointing. Yeah, no, it just shows as the Star Saber. It just shows pegging on those 2 joints there. It's just those 2 pegs that are supposed to go in, and it's supposed to secure, except it's not. Unless these do push in just a little bit more and I'm not pushing it enough. Possible. Nope. Yeah, this guy does just... I mean, that peg goes together, but that's the wrong one. Yeah, no, that is very disappointing. Maybe if I tighten these up, it'll improve it, but the fact remains that I can't actually peg the Star Saber together. Like, this just... Yeah, that one goes on. This one just does not want to. Oh, no, that goes together. Okay, there we go. I got it. I finally got it. It takes a little bit of force to get that thing together. But there, now we got the Star Saber together. Now it actually is staying together. It just takes a little bit of force to actually peg this guy together so it stays together. But that's the Star Saber. That's how it looks all together. That's how it looks all together now. So yeah, I mean, it's a decent sword, I guess. You can see the 3 mini-cons all splayed out over here. I just need to double check which one is the one that's the troublesome one. I think it's the Concord. Yeah, it's the Concord one that I need to watch. That one has the chest plate where you need to make sure you do everything properly. So we're gonna do these mini cons now. We're gonna transfer these mini cons. This guy we're gonna do let's see. Yeah, this guy we're gonna do first, and you can see here that we have just a jet. It's just a straightforward jet here. I don't know if there's any special. I'm just checking to see if there's any special steps to put him into his individual jet mode. No, this is just it. So he just has these hands sitting out to the side there. And minicon. Just gently unpeg all this stuff here. Careful. This isn't the one that's the fragile one, so I'm not too worried. Yeah, minicon legs just come out there. This whole guy comes up over here. This all comes out like that. This pegs in back there. And then we just, yeah, this whole thing folds down, it looks like. Yeah, feet come into play. And I'm just referencing stuff here because I want to make sure I don't break anything. Let's see. So these hands come out, and then we just fold this whole assembly down. It looks like. Yeah, this whole thing just comes down like that, all the way like this. This folds down to form a chest plate. We can see here the minicon head is right there, and this all just comes down like that, and that is this guy in his minicon mode. I mean, he looks good. He looks good. So we got 2 more minicons here. These are going to unpeg how? I just want to make sure I do all this properly. These guys are tethered together via a peg. And I think it's this peg over here that's tethering them together. Yep. So these come apart just like that. Again, connection points for the minicon mode are we got these two slots over there, and we got this little tab and slot over here. So he's got a few connection points to hold the Star Saber together. It's just that, yeah. So this guy, when you get him together for the Star Saber mode, it's actually pretty solid. These two. So there's that. What else? We're gonna do this guy last because he's the tricky one, and this one here is gonna be pretty straightforward. We can see here that just comes around. We got these feet out here. Feet go here. Let's see. We got these arms. What else? These bits are on ball joints here. These are going to come around. Yeah, we got this whole guy over here too. This is going to fold up. And that's going to give us the head here. And then as for these arms, is it just as simple as this? Or let's see. I'm not sure what the arm configuration is supposed to be on this guy. I think it's supposed to be like this. Yeah, it is. Yeah, so we're supposed to bring these around like this. Bring the arms up like so. This all clips together. This guy clips in over here. Or rather, it's supposed to, in theory. It's not really clipping in here. Yeah, these guys, it looks like they're supposed to clip in, but they're not. There we go. That's in. So let's bring this one back here. Let's clip this guy in. Just need to press this together. This one's being a bit trickier to get in. Yeah, this one's not quite going in. The other one did, but I'm not going to push it too much. These are tiny guys. So this goes like this, and then we just, bring the feet around. And there's this minicon. There's our second minicon transformed. And we got our third one now. Who his jet mode is going to be out like this. I'm just being very careful on this one, because I know this one's the one with the breakage issues. So this guy's jet mode is just like this here. Again, nice. And the part to be careful about is this guy here. Because this guy's going to fold around for the chest plate, and it is on a tiny little pin, but also on a sliding pin. It also slides on the pin. So if you just try and bring it over, it's going to crack. It's going to crack and it's going to break. That has happened for people. But we got all this stuff so far. I'm just being very careful with this. And then I make sure that I do this guy just right. Because, the trick is you can't just fold this guy over right away. You need to push this out first, I believe. That's the trick. Yeah. So this pushes out like that. You need to bring this out. I'm going to grab a spudger here just to make sure I do this right. I don't know if I have this out all the way or not, so. I think we're good now. So let's just carefully. Well, I'm not sure. Let's just be very careful with this. Let's look at the instructions again. No, this does slide out a bit more, I think. Yeah, this definitely slides out more. So we need to push this out a little bit more, I think. I'm just looking. Well, maybe not. We might be good. This is the tricky part anyway. Yeah, this is as far as it goes out, but the important thing is you need to pull this out, because otherwise this is going to break for sure. Because this needs to, you can see here what I mean. Like this, we got this little rail in here, and this whole bit needs to just carefully bring it over the head. I'm just being very careful with this. Once I get over the face, I should be good. And there, we got it. So it doesn't look like there's any, I'm just looking to see if there's any cracking on this piece or whatever on mine. I think we're good. Yeah. I think we're good with this piece, honestly. It's just a case of making sure you do it right. You just need to make sure you bring it out like that. You need to make sure you pull it out, and then you can push this back in once you do that. Then you can just push this whole chest plate in like that just to make it there. But there's Nemesis Prime's 3 minicons. There's the Star Savior minicons. That's them put into their modes. And I mean, they look pretty good here. Yeah. So again, it's just a case of, with regards to any minicon concerns, just make sure you do everything properly. That's really the trick. Here. Actually, let's see if I can zoom in. Let's see. Let's zoom in on these guys slightly. Like that. And just grab a quick screenshot this way. All right, so that is the minicons. And now let's look at the minicon master. Let's look at Nemesis Prime here, who is a gorgeous, gorgeous deco. He is not black. He is, in fact, a very dark blue. And it's not unlike actually one of the Mastermind Creations releases of Nemesis Prime. And it is very much a case of lighting is going to, how this toy is lit is going to greatly inform how it looks. So we got this over here. We got his gun just in there. I'll grab that in a sec. But yeah, this is just the Armada Optimus Prime with a little bit of retooling. Not a lot, but a little. We still got some stuff here on this arm. I guess they wanted to make sure that that didn't pop off because of the posing. But let's see. We got all this here. We got this guy just standing out like this. This gorgeous, gorgeous Nemesis Prime. We got his gun just sitting in the back of the box here. Looks like we need to just pop this whole thing out to get at the gun, which is Okay, fine. This all going in the garbage. This packaging is destined for a garbage can. That's just the way it is. But yeah, we need to get this off so we can get behind and get the gun. I'm just going to see if I can cut at some of the twist ties from behind on the gun. There we go. We got it out. We got it out. So here's the gun. We got the BFG right here. We got the Roald Dahl character right over there. And yeah, again, Nemesis Prime, like this, it is a blue. It looks really good. It looks really good. It's very much a case of lighting will vary what you think of this toy. Like if I put this on here, you can see here it changes the character of it a bit there. It darkens that up like that. If I play with my lighting levels too, like you can see here that it really depends on how you light this toy, but it looks really good. The dark blue also means that you're not going to get details swallowed up, importantly. It means that you're going to actually, like with black tends to swallow details, so you don't want to make stuff pure black. But this blue looks really good. This blue looks fantastic here. And yeah, and then we just swap his gun in here, and yeah. So let's look at the head sculpt first of all. Let's look at this head sculpt. So fun note on the head sculpt. Head sculpt, this is phenomenal. Like, just look at how good this sculpt is. This is damaged head sculpt. We got just like, blown out optic. We got this just mashed up faceplate. This is straight up from the Transformers Armada cartoon from like, I think it's all like 4 or 5 seconds of the show when he takes a whole bunch of damage to the face and then like repairs himself. But it looks really, really good. We got all these cabling down there. Like just the detail level on this thing. It looks incredible in person. And then if I turn off that light there, you can see here just the texture. It just makes him look just that much more of a eldritch menace, which is what he is. So yeah, so we got Nemesis Prime over here. Let's look at the head articulation. We got this ball jointed head here that does all those joints. We got, a joint over there. We got a swivel over here. We got swivel. We got double jointed elbows. They can't really go up that much in terms of double joint. We can do about that, I guess. We got wrist swivels, but no actual opening, closing hands. Let's see. Waist. Do we have a waist joint? We do not have a waist joint. And anyone who knows how this toy transforms understands why he doesn't have a waist joint. Just the transformation does not really allow for it. Not without a lot of trickery. So what else? Out to here, out to here. Some nice clickiness. This comes up too. Nice clickiness. Swivel. We got about 90 degrees here. 90-degree bend there. And then we got ankle tilts. Ankle tilts. We have toes up and down. It's a nice looking Nemesis Prime. But there's of course one more thing because it is a Prime. And that's not that these come off, because they do come off. The smoke sacks do come off. It is that we have a matrix. Open this thing up, and we get like a red jeweled matrix of leadership here. This is how it looks in Armada. It looks really good here. Just this golden matrix. And it just plugs in really well too. Plugs in there, stays there. This closes up. It actually doesn't really lock in all that well for closing up, but it does actually stay pretty well. And then of course you got the spark chamber when you bring this whole thing down there. You still got the whole spark chamber. So yeah, let's see. I guess the important question is, how does he compare? How does he compare with Armada Optimus? And I full on pulled my guy out. I uncombined him specifically so I could do this comparison shot. Because here he is next to the regular Armada Optimus Prime. If I can just get his things all transformed properly. Yeah, so anyway, so here is Nemesis Prime, along with Optimus Prime. Okay, yeah, the toe, that's why. I'm just trying to make sure that everything is transformed right. There we go, so there we have Optimus and we have Nemesis, just to do the actual comparison here. They look pretty good together. They look pretty good here. It's the same standard gold matrix, except this one's got a clear crystal. Whereas this one does not. This one, This one does close better. This one does actually stay closed on mine. This one here, this one doesn't really lock in for closing, but it doesn't really wiggle around either. It's kind of just right, honestly. It's kind of just right. So anyway, yeah, let's just take a quick look around here. You can see here that we have no faction symbol on the back here. It is a sculpted faction symbol on this Optimus. It is not sculpted on there. They full on just did a tooling that doesn't have the faction symbol. And of course you can see that we have like all the hands and stuff here too. So let's start this guy off. Let's start off with his alt mode. Because yeah, that's the main mode. So open all this stuff up. We're gonna fold up the toes. I'm just trying to remember how everything goes. Yeah, toes go inside. These close up around them. Bring the legs together. These are gonna, let's see. Legs together. This is gonna just come in over here and lock in along the skirt there. Bring all this stuff together here. All this stuff together here like that, and then bring these down and lock those in. That's going to secure this whole back of the truck and give us the whole back of the truck wheels there. All right, so yeah, it's not a very hard transformation. That's Transformers Armada. They were not very hard transformations, and that was deliberate. That was by design. So yeah. Anyway, let's keep going. Let's keep on going. Keep on keeping on. Yeah, these are going to come up. And I forget if the head folds away. I don't think it does. I think these guys just come up over here. They just wrap around the head like that. These just come up like so, if memory serves. Oh yeah. These just going over here. As I said, it's not a very hard transformation. It's just, yeah, these go in here. We just get the smokestacks just sitting there, and then this just all comes up and around. And this is just going to wrap up this entire area and close up like that. And then these fold in. These come in. These come out, and these close in. And that's pretty much it. It's Armada Prime in his Robo mode. It's in his alt mode. It's a very simple Nemesis Prime, the Armada Prime mold. It is very simple. It is very simple. It's nice. I mean, the blue works really well here, as I said. It looks really good in person. It's really striking. I think it's a stronger move, making it like a dark blue as opposed to like a black. It just gives it more character. Again, it's a lot like the Mastermind Creations of Scourge that they did. So yeah, so that's this. But of course, we've also got the combined form. And while he doesn't have the trailer, while they didn't do the trailer with this guy, he still fully supports being plugged into a trailer. So I can take Armada Prime's trailer over here. I can take the Armada Prime trailer. I can, bring everything out like this, stand it all up there, and I can full on combine this guy with the trailer. He has all those bits painted. So let's do that. Let's show off how he looks with the trailer. So bring these back out. Bring these back out here. And open up all this stuff here. Flip these arms out. Yep, this all looks really good. Yep, bring these in here. Yep, pop this apart. And then, yeah, what else? Oh, what a da-da-da-da-da. We're getting, oh, that popped off there. Let's pop this back on. Transform. Jam project. Yeah, why is this not going back on? There we go. All right, so we need to get this out. Yeah, this just slides out like that. That goes up there, that goes up there. We can bring these guys out now. And then, yeah, then we start doing the whole, we start doing the whole super mode transformation now. Because, yeah, this is all going to come apart. This is all going to come apart like this. And, yeah, you can see here we got the shoulder pads for the combined mode. If these guys come out over here, then, yeah, these flip out like that. And then these arms are going to come down. Yeah, these are gonna come up there. These guys, this is gonna fold back up over here. So bring these arms down. I'm just trying to remember how everything goes. I think it's these going around here. We need to get the Armada. We need to get the Armada Prime head out too. Because yes, they did. You can see here that they did paint the full head inside. He still has the inner head. We can still bring that out. Yes, Scourge. Nemesis Prime, specifically, because this is Armada. But yeah, so I'm just putting them in super mode here so we can see how, even though he doesn't have the trailer, we can see how he goes with the trailer. And I'm just trying to remember all the details on how this goes. Right, this comes down like this. Got machine. Oh, we got an Archie Sonic fact. Okay. All right, let me think of something. Yeah. All right, let me think of something here. So Archie Sonic facts. Right, I was talking about last time. I just remembered I was talking about Crocbot back last stream, and I didn't get very far in talking about him because Crocbot did crop up 2 more times. The first time Crocbot returned was actually like after during the Brave New World stuff there when they did their world tour. They went back to Down Under and they found out that what's his name? Platypus, Duckbill Platypus. Names. It's Mike Gallagher. Anyway, he was one of the Down Under freedom fighters, and after they defeated everybody and defeated Crocbot and Robotnik was beat, because there was a whole bunch of stuff that happened in Down Under during the storyline for Endgame. So Bill turned evil. Bill turned evil and started building his own gangs and stuff, and menacing everybody. And as it turned out, it wasn't that he turned evil. It was that when they had defeated Crocbot, and they'd been rummaging through the wreckage, he actually picked up stuff, and Crocbot was not fully dead, and he was still he had Bill as a prisoner in the Tales miniseries, and then he'd planted a post-hypnotic suggestion in Bill so that Bill would then go and rebuild him. Bill rebuilt his head and then began following his orders and listening to him and stuff like that. And so then they ended up having to beat Crocbot all over. This all got revealed and they stopped Crocbot, and the day was saved. And that was the second time. And then of course he gave a cryptic warning about the bunyip, and being like, oh yeah, but you're not ready for when the bunyip comes. There's the dangling head thread for the next story. Dun dun dun. And then they turned him off and nothing came of that. And then, I think Crocbot does, I think there is somewhere else I'm forgetting where he crops up. Yes, Croctobot, that's the next time. And that's going to be another Sonic fact. Because I haven't even talked about Octobot, Tails' nemesis. Yeah, anyway, so this all comes down here, and then we just need to peg the trailer in the top. I'm just trying to remember how this all goes over. Because this goes up like this. This should wrap in. I just can't honestly remember how this all transforms. I think it goes in like this here. Come on, I just untransformed Armada Prime. I should know this. I should know all that. I should know how my own toys transform. I don't, but I should. Because this is all supposed to go up here, and then you close all this up. And this guy would go underneath this bit here, like that, and then you would close this up over here. Except I don't have it quite in yet. Yeah, you can tell it's not quite straight. Just remember what I'm missing. I know I'm missing something. Yeah, I just can't for the life of me remember what I'm missing. Hooray! Hooray for memory! Unless it's these, yeah, because these arms go there. And then this all comes over here. Oh, unless I'm doing this backwards, actually. I think I'm doing this backwards. Yeah, so pop this out here. I think first we need to plug this into the backpack. First, we plug this in over here. And we get everything in the back. Let me just see. If I try unpegging these arms, let's see if this helps. Because I want to get the Nemesis Prime mode. Yeah, I want to get us in Nemesis Prime mode. I want to get them in the fully powered up mode. Because even though the pants won't match, they're still pants. They're not matching pants, but they are pants. And the pants command him. Do not disrespect his loins. Yeah, that guy goes in there, and then yeah. Where's the? Hold up. One of the smokestacks popped off. One of the smokestacks popped off. Here it is. I see it. I see the other smokestack. There we go. Anyway, let's try this again. Let's try this again, where we take this down, we bring this in over here, bring this in over here. This guy comes back up, and then we get this guy in. This guy all comes up over here. Yeah, because this guy pegs in up here. And then this all needs to fold down. Let's see. There we go. We just need to wrap this in around the arm thing there. It's still not quite going in. What am I doing wrong? I'm doing something wrong. I know that. I know I'm doing something wrong. What I'm doing wrong, that's the question. Because this shit all peg together. I've seen plenty of pictures of people who've gotten this to work. I think, yeah, that goes in there. This guy slides in up here as well. But why is it not sliding in? Oh, we got ads starting in a couple of minutes. Let's see if I can figure this out before the ads start. Let's see. Yeah, because we got this whole body here. We got this pig's in over here. I'm pretty sure this is how it goes. And then, yeah, and then you get this in back over here. It's still not quite in there. I just know that when I figure this out, it's going to be like a oh my god moment, and it's going to be so obvious. It's going to be so freaking obvious. But yeah, we're going to just... I think I can just start running the ad right now, and when we return, I will hopefully have the answer for you all in terms of how this transforms. And then we're going to put this guy into that mode, and then we're going to transform everything back. We're going to take all these toys, we're going to put them back into their robot modes, and we're going to show all this stuff off again for any latecomers. And the ad should be starting any second now, so I will see you all once the ad break is done, which should be in like any minute, I suppose. Any minute now. Any minute now, he said, as he waited and tried to kill time because it says ad starting soon and he can't control the ad anymore. Just wait for it to come in. Hooray. All right, and we are back, and I just had my oh my god, this is how it goes moment, because yeah, it just goes like this. You just slide it in there like that. Bring this guy down here. Lock this guy here. And yeah, then we just Snap this guy in. I guess we don't need to do this, but bring that in there. Bring it in like that. And yeah, there we have Nemesis Prime with the full trailer combination. That is how this guy looks when you combine him with a trailer. So, for anyone who is curious, like that is what you get when you get the combo. That is what you get. It's honestly not too bad. It's not too bad as far as combinations. I kind of wish he had the trailer. I think he would look even cooler with the trailer, but honestly, I don't actually mind this that much. Especially when you consider like how many of us all have like when you look at our toy collections, how many of us all have stuff that's this tall that would cover the entire bottom half. When you take that into account, this actually does fit fairly well. And I think that's important context to keep in mind, really. Just the idea that, yeah, look, we're all toy collectors. We are all going to be displaying this figure a specific way. But yeah, like, yeah. So anyway, yeah, putting him here with Optimus Prime, like, you see what I mean? Like, you just end up covering it. If you put these two like this, you're not going to see the bottom legs at all. You're just going to see like the top of a really cool looking combiner there. I mean, you get a little bit of red there, of course, but yeah. Yeah, I mean, it works. It works fairly well. It works fairly well, and yeah, that's how that whole shebang works. So let's get this open up again, and let's liberate him. Let's pop this guy back off. Pop this panel off, and then we will slide this. Unlock that. Slide this out, and then we are going to put him back in his robot mode. Again, like, yeah, it's not too bad. And robot mode is pretty straightforward. I've done this already because I had to bring Prime out of Omega Prime mode. So yeah, so it's just going to be bring these all the way around. Bring these around. Bring the feet down. Close these back up. And yeah. Get this really cool crab walker mode. Really cool crab walker mode. And then we just keep going at it. Bring this out like this. Bring this out like this. Bring these out like this. Fold these up. Bring this back in. Bring these arms back down and bring this entire bit around like this and clip all that together. Then bring these around like this. Straighten up these legs a bit. And then keep going. Keep on keeping on. Yeah, bring this all out like this here. Bring these guys down. Like that. Bend this entire thing down now. And then bring in this matrix chamber. Bring these guys out. Widen the shoulders. Like so. And there we have Nemesis Prime back in his robot mode. And adjust these elbows a bit. But yeah, there's Nemesis Prime back in the robot mode. He looks good here. He looks good here. Like, honestly, I really like the robot mode for this guy. I think that the robot mode for Nemesis is better than the Fans Hobby one. The Fans Hobby Armada one. The robot mode, like the Fans Hobby one, definitely has the cooler super mode, but I think for the individual robot mode, it is a little bit compromised by virtue trying to add in the waist joint. And this one just looks cooler in that mode. Yeah, again, just show off the head sculpt again. We got this really cool mangled head sculpt. It looks really nice. And yeah, and then he's got the full matrix, and of course he's got the spark chamber. So, yeah, so we take that guy there, and then we got his Minicon team. Minicon team again. Like these guys, the Star Saber does not hold together the best. It took a little bit of force to clip the Star Saber together. Once I did get it together, it was solid, but it took a little bit. The big thing to keep in mind though is with this guy, you're going to want to be really careful because this piece does not fold over. It comes out and folds over, and that is the thing that people were missing when they first got this guy. So you want to bring it out like this. You want to start by bringing this piece out all the way like this. And then just slowly, carefully, deliberately, swing it up around the head because it is plastic. It is just plastic on a pin. And then you bring all this away like this. And if you got this far, we're good. And then you just press it down, lock it into place, and there. That is how that goes. That is how that goes. Just be careful with it. I have moved that a couple of times. I've not had issues. So just make sure you know what you're doing. That's really what it comes down to. Don't be me. Don't be me on a regular day. Don't be me with my atrocious ability to just manhandle stuff and just completely break things. Because I'm very good at that, and I was being extra careful with this guy because I know I'm good at that. Yeah, so now we just bring these arms back. That's like the one tricky bit in these mini-cons. Like otherwise, I didn't even look at mini-con articulation. Yeah, so this guy's ball jointed shoulders. He's got a 90-degree bend there, and then of course over here we got ball jointed hips, and we got 90-degree bend here. This guy here does he have knees? Oh, he does have knees. Yes. Yeah, we got knees. We got ball jointed hips, but they're a little bit cumbersome. He's also got ankle tilts. This guy. He's got ball jointed ankles. And then this guy here too also he's got 90-degree bend here. He's got ball jointed arms. Arms they can go up. Okay. They can go out like that. Cool. The tricky part with this guy, I haven't been able to get this on the one arm yet, is that this does not peg in super great. I have not been able to get to peg in on one side. The other side, I was able to get it to peg in. Yeah, this side I did get it to peg in with it. It's actually going in pretty easy now that I've done it a couple times. This side I have not managed to get to peg in. I think once I get it that first time, I will probably be good. But it just does, maybe it's just slightly misaligned, I don't know. Maybe it's a very slight pin misalignment, but just does not want to seem to go in. I don't know. Like it just feels, it's just barely off. Not by much. But yeah, I can't actually get this guy to go in. It's a little bit annoying. I've been trying. But anyway, that's this guy's articulation. I just pop this off the socket. Actually, let's just see if I pop this off, if I can get this in any easier. No, no, it is really not wanting to go in there. It is really not wanting to peg into this thing. It feels like it's off by like a fraction of a millimeter. I'm just trying to get this, but yeah, no, I think it might just barely be off because it is not pegging in. Oh well. Oh well, it's not like we're keeping these mini-cons in robot mode anyway. So let's pop this back on the ball joint and let's keep going. Pop it back on the joint. And then yeah, we'll just keep going with this. Yeah, and then we got the third one over here who again, we got shoulders, we got 90-degree elbows. Like they're all pretty similar. This guy's got up and down feet. Really this one has slightly more because he's got the ankle tilts, but the others have better arm articulation. There's no head articulation on them. They're decent mini-cons, honestly. They're nice little mini-cons. They are nice little mini-cons. But yeah, like this one here, it does not feel like it's 100% on mine. And I would rather this, as far as defects go, I'd rather have to deal with like that as a defect than, well, you know, like things breaking. So anyway, we bring this together. I'm just gonna do all the jet modes first on these guys, and then we're gonna get into the individual modes. Yeah, this guy here, then this comes around here, because this is gonna be the hilt of the Star Saber, this guy. Yeah, this guy comes around here, pegs in. This guy pops out, comes around here and pegs in. So there's the shuttle over here. There's the shuttle mini-con. We got the Concord Minicon over here. I can't remember their names, so apologies. I don't know my Minicons as well as some people do. I know they're printed on the back of the box, but yeah, I don't know my Minicons as well as some people do. All right, so this all comes here, then this, I'm trying to remember how these go for the legs. I think they peg in, how do the legs peg in here? Do they come around? Oh, they come around like this, okay. Yes, the legs come around like this. Yeah, so, yeah, we just peg the legs in like that, and then bring this whole guy down like this, and there's the Concord jet. And then we got this guy over here, and he is, this is a space, oh, this is just a plane, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, this all comes up over here. This comes up in there like that. And then, yeah, these arms just peg in here. And yeah, we fold up the feet, and they're very simple minicons, but again, simple is not bad. Simple is good in a lot of cases. And then yeah, we do all this, and then I need to figure out how the legs go. Legs, are they just, oh, the legs are just underneath here, okay. Yeah, so not a lot to these minicons. We got the 3 jet modes there for the minicons again. Let me just bring those there. We got these 3 jet modes right there, right now. And with that said, we're going to do the Star Saber mode now. So we're going to take this guy. This just comes up over here. And this guy's gonna, these are gonna split, if I'm remembering right. Yeah, because this is the hilt here. These guys, there's some pegs in here that they're gonna be used. Right, yeah, this comes out. And I just remember where all these things go. If only I had a picture on the box of the Star Saber, you know, and could look that up like a normal person. Yeah, but that would require me to grab a box that's like just a couple of feet away and just look at the picture that they have here, because they got the full-on picture of how this arrangement goes. Yeah, and it's just straight up. Yeah, this just goes out to the, these go out to the side here. Oh, I see. I see. Yeah, so we want these down like this for the Star Saber mode. You want these guys down. Again, why does that not go? Because yeah, that lets these go down like this here. Once we do this, and there's a bunch of locking points here. Yeah, because we got these little tabs here. These are going to go in these slots over there. And that's going to lock the Star Saber angle. So this is going to lock in place there. This is going to lock in place there. That is going to secure the actual angles of the Star Saber like this here. And then we take this guy over here, and he is going to, yeah, we got tab, tab, and slot. And this guy is just going to slot in over here. So just line up all these tabs. Line up these 2 tabs over here. One, 2, and let's see. Might be easier to get that. Yeah, that guy's in there. Get this one in. Get this one in. And there's the base of the star. There's the base of the Star Saber hilt. It's very solid, this base. A very solid Star Saber base, I gotta say. They really did a good job making sure this was all nice and secure. Like, just, there's so many locking points on this thing that it's just going to stay very solid. Yeah, and then we got to get this guy in, and this was the tricky one. This one took a surprising amount of force to actually get this to clip in. So just go from both sides. You're going to have to put a bit of force on it. Just go from this end and go from this end. And once you get it in, it's going to be nice and secure. It's just going to take some effort to get it in. Like you can't just do a shallow connection on these. It needs to actually have some depth to it. Like, look how easy these pop back off. And you're not going to want to put force on this thing, obviously, because, yeah, as I already discussed. But yeah, there we go. There's the Star Saber. That is the Star Saber here. So now we can just give it to Nemesis Prime right here. Just slot it in. And he actually holds it pretty well. Like we can just, yeah, I can just do it like this here. He's holding the Star Saber very well here. It actually looks really good with him. Looks really good with him here. I should have done it when before I put him in the super mode, honestly. Actually, let's put Prime in his super mode and then just do Prime with the Star Saber. Yeah, so let's do this because he's going to go back in super mode on the shelf anyway. So let's super mode up Prime. Just so we can show off the Star Saber stuff. I missed bringing the shoulders out on Prime anyway, too. So it's like, yeah, I didn't do the complete robo mode stuff. Anyway, let's see. Got all this here. Bring stuff together. Bring the hands out. Like, Armada Optimus, it's such a cool transformation, let's be honest. It's such a really cool transformation. Bring this around. Yeah, bring those around like that there, and then split all this. Bring these guys back up over here. Put these guys in like this, and then, yeah. Let's see, this all splits out, this all comes out like that. Now we can get the head out. Get the head back out. Lock everything in. Get the arms in position. Like that. Get the arms in. Get these guys into place. And then, yeah, and then just come around here. Super mode. Slide this guy in here. Bring these guys down. Snap this guy on. Snap this guy on. Bring these in here. Lock. Bring these out. Bring these guys out. Yeah, bring the pipes out over there. And now let's see how he looks with the Star Saber. And yeah, if we put the Star Saber in the Super Mode Optimus, he actually looks, yeah, he looks really good with it. It's not really coming up on the camera very well, so let's just bend him down a little bit. Right. Let's bend him down just a little bit like this here. Yeah, so he looks good with the Star Saber. I'm just going to swing his wrist around like this here. Yeah, like, yeah, he looks good with the Star Saber, really. That's really all I got to say about that. Yeah, so we've done that. Let's actually do a quick shot of these two together as well. Let's get a quick shot of Nemesis and Optimus, just in super modes, just to compare and contrast. All right, and now let's get everyone back into the robot modes, shall we? The mini-cons we're going to leave in Star Saber mode, because that's where we started. That's where we're going to end them. So yeah, so mini-cons go over there. Nemesis, again, he can hold them pretty well. Bravo. Bravo, he looks good with this. We got like Sheev Palpatine back over here. You know, we got Sheev Palpatine back over here. We got Mace Windu over here. And then, go in reverse order. We have Carnivac. Carnivac. I think that the visor effect is probably the weakest part in him. I get what they were going for. It's an admirable effort, but it doesn't really actually work all that well. But yeah, he is straight up just Weird Wolf with some new weapons and a new head in terms of actual sculpting. Oh, and a new back piece. They got rid of the clear plastic on the back piece. So, I mean, there's that. But there's not really a lot new to him, though, in terms of actual sculpting. I mean, that being said, like, I say all this, but honestly, like, Carnivac looks really, really good. Like, they did a really nice job on this guy. Like, visually, I do really like him. Yeah, bring the hands out. Close this back up. Bring this around. Bring this around. Bring the hand out. Close that up, and then, yeah. Bring this all in there, and what else? Yeah, pop this guy out. Pop the head out. Do the entire cool contortion here where we just bring the entire chest and compress all this stuff up. So we need to bring this open too. Yeah, this guy opens up in the chest, if I remember right. Where does it? Let's see. Anyway, this all comes down. This all comes down. This all compresses. Goes like that. This closes up. We get just this shorter robot. This comes back here, and then we just slap the head in. And then we got Carnivac in his robot mode. And again, as I said, it is a nice Carnivac. It is a very nice Carnivac. He looks good. He looks really nice. It's a deep cut character. It's a deep cut character, and I'm glad that it exists. Like, this is like a very deep cut comic character. So yeah, so there's Carnivac right here. You can tell this mold's showing its age, given how loose a few parts are here and there. But yeah, so there's Carnivac here. We got Nemesis over here. We got Carnivac over here. And then we got Iron Fist. We got Physitron, who is really good. I wish he was more tan. I wish he had more tan colors. But that being said, this is a really good reuse of Hound. The new roof looks really good. When you put his light former cannon on him too, like, looks great. Looks great. I kind of wonder if they're planning to do something like, say, an Energon Ironhide out of him or something like that, because he'd probably work well. Anyway, though, yeah, so we do all this. We open up the legs. It's a Hound transformation from, like, using the Siege one as a basis, so it's that whole thing where the legs just completely come out into each themselves like this. And it's a really good bit of transformation. There's a reason that they keep... Yeah, it's a very good transformation, this Hound. And yeah, and then this all comes around. This guy comes down. It's nice and simple. This comes up, and this all locks in over there. This locks in here. It's a nice, simple transformation that just works. It's not the biggest Iron Fist head. But I mean, it works. And it does kind of give him, like, the head being small kind of does give him, like, that just beefier body, like, tiny head vibe, which, fits the character fairly well. Yeah, we can put his gun back there. We can also pop this out. We can take the rifle out, and we can just put this on his, put it on his forearm as a shield. And then just give him his gun like that. So, I mean, yeah, there's Iron Fist. The man with the Iron Fists. And then, yeah, and last but not least, we've got a 2-pack. We got Slugslinger. Who, yeah, toy colors. It looks good. It looks good, and he's a nice, simple transformation. Titans Return Air mold. They're generally not too difficult, a lot of these toys, but they work. It's a nice touch just doing the the trigger cons. No, it's not trigger cons that these are. Right, the Decepticon Target Masters. It's a nice touch just doing that whole team there, and back when they did them in Titans Return. And it's nice that they found a way to do Slugslinger again, just given a lot of people missed him when he first came out. Yeah, a lot of people missed Slugslinger at retail when he first came out, so this is very much them trying to, make up for that. And you can tell this mold is showing its age. Like a bunch of stuff doesn't actually really peg that well together. Like these shoulders do not really lock in. They just kind of just friction in. There's no while there is a locking mechanism that this is meant to have, they don't really stay in. Yes, we got all this. I need to pop the head out. Pop the head out, bring this back there, and then just slap all this together. Hmm. Yeah, so that goes there. Yeah, so I mean, so yeah, it's Slugslinger. I mean, his colors look really good. Colors look really good. They did a good job on just doing the whole gun thing here with how, yeah, that comes together. Just makes a big Titan Master gun. So he just goes over here. Like it's fine. And then we get to the last one here that I have to put back in robo mode. And this is actually the disappointment of the set, unfortunately. Because I really like the Sandstorm mold. It's a good mold. This is not a good use of the Sandstorm mold. It is, the colors are fine. The deco is fine. I actually like a lot about the new deco revisions. But the problem is that this figure is a little bit too loose. A bunch of the joints are just a little bit too loose, and as a result, he actually is not able to easily stand under his own power. It's really unfortunate. It's very much unfortunate the way that worked out. I'm just going to put him straight into robot mode. I'm not going to do his triple change modes right now. But let's transform him. Bring him out. It's actually easier to get from Dune Buggy mode. But it's like, yeah, like really good. I really like the engineering on this guy. Like the helicopter mode is great. The Dune Buggy mode works fairly well, honestly. Like that's going to be I'll be honest. Whether or not you think the Dune Buggy mode works is going to be your mileage may vary opinion. For me, it works, and it's my channel, so that's what matters. Yeah, like what matters is that I think it works. But yeah, this right here is the problem. That being that these ankles, they do not like stay in very well. And because of that, even though he has these heel spurs, this whole thing is going to just he's going to fall back very easily. Because he does not have the strength in these heels to actually, he doesn't have the strength to actually support his own weight. And it's a massive bummer. It's a massive bummer of an oversight. Yes, we get these here. I think we can get these up here as well too. Yeah. Bring these back around and in here. Get those wheels out of the way. And then we just bring the head out. And again, this is another mark because it's like another mark against the toy because again, it's some good stuff on this figure that just does not execute very well. Like we got all this, we got all this stuff here with the, like, a lot of stuff that I really like on here. A lot of stuff I really like from a design standpoint. It works well in the original, but yeah, on this version, this specific version, it's just, yeah. Yes, I need to bring this all in. This all comes up here, and then we just peg this guy in here, except this doesn't really peg in very well. Am I doing this right? Let's bring this all down. That goes in there. And then I just bring this up here, except no, that's not quite right. This does not peg in this far. This pegs in a bit further up, I think. Yeah, I'm just trying to get this thing peg in, and it is just not doing a very good job of that. Because this torso is not, yeah. Yeah, it's As I said, it is very unfortunate that this guy has like the QC issues that he does, because I like this toy. I wanted to like this deco more. I was excited. I was looking forward to mecking with this deco because I was like, oh, here's a deco I like. Here's a deco I like slightly better. But it just is, yeah, no, it's just. And then even you got like the little paint blemish here right on the face, which is like, you're really gonna do a paint blemish on like the new part of this toy that everyone cares about, like the new head. You're really gonna give me a paint blemish on that? Really? Like, yeah, just yeah. Anyway, we can just take all this stuff here. Take this guy here. But yeah, this does not pig in properly here. I keep trying to see if I'm missing something on this because it's just not pigging in. Like maybe if I go down, yeah, no, it's just, there's just not enough friction there. This just doesn't pig in. And then when I bring all this back in here, there's just not enough friction to keep this chest peg together. It's pegs, but again, it's too loose. And then we have these ankles here, which are a little bit better now if you know how to pose them. But I mean, still, look at this. He is trying to fall. He is trying to fall over. And yeah, and then this all came down already too. Yeah, it is just. It is a good toy, but a poor. What's the word? It is a poor release of a good toy. Like, just the quality control is not there on this guy. It's unfortunate. It is very unfortunate that I can't actually recommend this in good faith. I guess maybe if let's see if there's a way I can finagle these. No, these aren't meant to go up, but I was seeing if there's maybe a way I could fan mount the heels, but no, not really. No, the heels are meant for these pieces to lock fairly solidly once they're in that position. And if they don't, yeah, like this guy's just flopping all over the place. And it feels bad to negatively criticize a toy I actually like from a mold standpoint, but I have had a better version of this, and it is very unfortunate. It is very unfortunate. Like, there we go. Yeah, see, he fell over right there. Right then there. Yeah. And then, yeah, and this came out. Yeah, it's seriously. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. It's just... I'm just seeing if I guess if I give him like some angled feet, he's less likely to fall over, but I mean that's still. Still, it's not great. But anyway though, this is all the stuff that we opened tonight though. This is the toy unboxing plans for all of these Nemeses. We got the two 2-packs, I guess 3 2-packs if we include the Star Wars one, and Nemesis Prime himself. So yeah, they're all nice figures. And we got all that done in fairly decent time too, honestly. So with that said, everyone, that was my main plan for tonight in terms of things to do. I could do other stuff. I could do like gacha and stuff, but I think I am probably. That was my plan for tonight. That's probably where I'm going to leave it. I've got things I want to work on. I might work on off stream in terms of just like I've got some gacha stuff. Maybe I'll watch some shows. I don't know. But yeah. So let's switch to the end stream screen because I don't really have any. Oh wait, did I not decrement the Toys to Unbox? It should be down to 32, right? There we go. That's fixed. All right, so yeah, so I don't really have any other streams planned this week unless I decide to do some model kit stuff on the weekend. I might. I'm not sure if I will. We will see if I do. I legitimately am not sure. But let's see who we got to raid. Let's see what my options are for raiding. Thank you all, everyone who came by. Thank you everyone who came by and who hung out while we were opening toys. And I'm just going to see who's going. Let's see. Who is going? What are people doing? Ramses is doing Digimon Cyber Sleuths. So let's go join his Digimon stream. Let's go watch his Digimon stream here. So we're gonna go right in. And again, thank you everybody who came by. Thank you everyone who came by tonight. And yeah, it's gonna be good. And I'm just trying to make sure that nope. I don't know if it actually accidentally opened this. Yeah, I think it canceled the raid. Hold on, let's fix this. Let's start the raid. And yeah, we are going to go raiding the Ramses. So again, thank you everyone who came by tonight. I hope everyone has themselves a fantastic evening. Everyone have yourselves a fantastic night. And with that said, yeah, that's going to be Techno signing off. Until next time, have a good one, people.